gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, baby, boys and girls, children of all ages. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. I'll be talking about that in just a moment, folks. But the gang's all here tonight. Say hello to Big Rig Nick Utam.
Yep, glad to be here after being off last week for all of us traveling to HorrorHound. We got things to say about that too. So it's coming up.
Yeah, folks, you missed out on a wonderful time, but you didn't really miss out because a lot of people showed up. I was surprised just how busy the table was. And folks, finally, say hello to American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Hello, everybody. It's very good to be back. I'm so happy to be back. And I was there that night when the little kid was serenading fucking Juan Cena to that. My buddy Rocco is the one that set up all the fucking gimmicks to get the microphones for all the kids and everything. It's a shame that, Juan Cena had to pull out his golden shovel, though.
Yeah, John Cena, we're not here to talk about you tonight, buddy. But we are here to talk about a lot of things, folks, because tonight is a packed show as always here on World Class Bullshitters. Of course, we're going to tell you a little bit about HorrorHound. We're going to be playing some games. We got our box office game to play. Word of the day, we're going to be talking about the Bray Wyatt news. We're going to be talking about Rebel Moon, the influences behind it. Maybe we have a new sci-fi classic in the making. Maybe we don't. Who knows? It is a Netflix film after all, so we have to stay honest. We're going to be talking about a movie I saw yesterday, just briefly, a little Blue Beetle action, Ahsoka, and a whole lot more. But folks, before we start the show, hit that thumbs up button. See, I can't even get through the sentence. I'm excited to tell people to hit the thumbs up button. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoyed this content, and we can spread the word and continue to grow towards 200,000. Hashtag building a better bullshitters. So, folks, we were away last week because every time we do a con, we take the week off because there's a lot of traveling involved. Nick got up at 7 a.m. to get up here to Cincinnati so we could make it out to Indianapolis just in time for the start of the show and the start of day drinking. And, Nick, let's give a quick HorrorHound recap. Would you say this was an overall success?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we've done shows before, and we're always like forgetting stuff, and there's traffic, and something always seems to happen where we're not there on time and stuff like that. But this time surprisingly, everything worked out, and it was just kind of worrying. I was like, when's the shoe gonna drop? What's gonna happen? And it never did, and so it was very refreshing to like have a very smooth show.
That's why we're world class, man. Now, folks, if you're a patron of the channel, and you all should be, you'll be getting access to all that footage. We shot interviews. We had a lot of stuff that we filmed over the weekend. And so you're going to get access to that on Patreon as well as the YouTube membership program. Dion got to interview a giant anthropomorphic rat. That happened. What was that thing's name again?
I forgot.
Shit. Did he or something like that?
Something weird like that.
Diddles?
It was Diddles
the rat.
I don't want to say yes, but it might be Diddles the fucking rat.
Is he gonna be our new mascot, Diddles the rat?
God, no.
Giuseppe the
God,
Italian
No,
beaver?
we need to keep Giuseppe the beaver. I don't think we want to go around and be like, this is our mascot, Diddles the rat. I feel like that would be working against the image that we're trying to put out there.
Yeah, it would.
We can just axe Diddles the rat right here, folks. But if you want to see us interview the rat, join our Patreon page. That'll be up in the coming week.
We'll just tell everybody that Brian Lape is Diddles the rat.
That's a deep cut for anyone out there who knows Channel Day.
Dude, he messaged me that morning. Apparently trying to message somebody he's working with, and he messages me, and I was like, "Dude, I'm heading to go Jeff to go to HorrorHound." He's like, "Have fun, man. Wish I was there." I was like, "Yeah, maybe."
Yeah, don't fucking bang your head on the damn desks in the hotel room.
That's what I miss the most, his self-induced concussions.
Jeez.
Now, we have a new patron who joined over the weekend. Give a shout out to our buddy Mark who joined. Thank you, Mark, for being a patron at
Fucking
the $5
Mark.
tier. He's a Mark for WCBS. No, but he was cool. He came by the table. He's a big fan of the channel. He bought a copy of Stealing Solo and hung out with us for a while. So, folks,
we did see a Robo Coke shirt in the wild.
We did.
Hey,
That was
there you go.
awesome. It looked good too.
Yeah, it did. It looked really good.
You can get that at shopwcbs.com, folks. Those are available right now. We've been selling those Dud Light shirts, so I'm hoping to see one of those at our next convention. And our next
Dud
appearance.
Light shirts or glasses?
Well, shirts.
Okay.
But if people want to get Dud Light glasses, all of that's available.
Nice.
All right, so highlight of the weekend, Nick and Dion, since you were there too, buddy. Besides Diddles the Rat.
Bobby St. Elmo's. That place was. Oh no, cigar bar. Definitely cigar bar.
Cigar bar, yeah. That was fun. I got to meet Tom Holland.
You met Spider-Man?
I was
Nice.
waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Did you get a crack
Is he
at that
as short in
Zendaya?
person?
No, man. It's so sorry. It's old Tom Holland. Tom Holland who directed Child's Play. That Tom Holland.
The Tom Holland I prefer.
Yeah. It was sad, man, because like his line, he barely had a line the whole weekend. It was like maybe like 4 or 5 people.
Because
Whole
all the
time.
people that don't know who he is felt like they got hucklebucked when they're like, "Oh, Tom Holland's gonna be there. I can't wait." That's not fucking Spider-Man. And then shit happens when you party.
And then like I remember somebody came by the table and said, "Oh, he's not there." This, that, and the other. I was like, "No, he's just old and a little slow. That's all it is. He knows what he's talking about. You just got to give him a minute." Yeah. That's all it is, man. Like some people are like, "Oh, he's not all there. Like he's kind of senile." Like, no, he's not. I talked to him. Yeah.
you could be senile and hold very prestigious positions in the world.
That's true, isn't it? But no, I bought me and the guy and the guys signed copies of his book. I also got I think it was like a hard cover of the script for Fright Night. So the majority of my money for that.
$3,000 a night, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the majority of my money was spent at this table. I got a couple movies here and there, but didn't go too crazy.
I'm going to read my Fright Night book. I've been watching a lot of horror videos, so I'm in a deep, dark place getting ready for Schlocktoberfest.
Nice.
But, guys, before we jump into tonight's show, let's read the word of the day and then play our box office game, because this weekend, Gran Turismo gets a wide release, and so we're going to take a guess at that box office. But before
How
we do,
wide
the
is
word
it?
of... What?
He said it gets a wide release, and I said, "How wide is it?"
Ask Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh, no thanks. I think she's dead, isn't she? You can ask her all you want. I don't think she's gonna tell you.
I think she died of a
It's
cream
Debbie
pie
from
overdose.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Damn, Nick.
Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be a family show, Nick. God damn.
No, she's alive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good, she made it. She survived.
Her name is Bambi Woods, and she's still alive.
That is a total porno name.
Yeah, but I think that's her real name.
Well, maybe that's why she went into porn. Her parents fucking typecast her from the day she was shat from the womb.
It's like the one actress from what is it? Nightmare on Elm Street. Her name is Tuesday Night.
Oh, yeah, it is her real name.
Yep. Oh, also got to talk to Booker T. He was awesome. He was super nice.
Yep.
Did you talk
He
to him
was-
5 times?
No, I did not. I always thought he was taller, but he's as tall as I am. I'm just kind of like, okay.
Oh, yeah. He's not a big dude. He's just beefy.
He is. But no, he was super nice. Talked to me and super fan Adam Shawhan for about 10 minutes and stuff like that. No, it was really good, man.
I did see that picture.
Yeah. Adam Shawhan, I walked over with him because I want to talk about Booker T because I like the guy once again, from the old era of WWE. And we gave him a Stealing Solo comic. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Superfan
was
sent
surprised
me that
the
picture.
five-time champion had that. So,
yeah, who was the other couple that was there? They're also wrestlers. I forget.
oh, Sammy
Sammy
Guevara and
Guevara.
Tay Melo.
Dude,
Oh.
they were okay.
Well, were they acting like kind of like pricks?
Really? They just
no,
were
they were trying to be nice, but it's like they didn't
Oh.
talk to us very long. We weren't really buying anything.
I thought they
But,
might have been in gimmick because I think they're dickheads. It's on AEW television. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't watch all Arrested Wrestling.
You're not going to watch their big show this weekend where they sold out the Wembley Stadium with 100 bajillion tickets?
No, I've learned my lesson. I've bought an AEW pay-per-views on 2 occasions, and both times it left me with a bad taste. And I'm just like,
That's why you live on the pirate seas, you fucking goober.
well, I'm also going to be busy as shit this weekend too, so I'm not going to have time to sit down and watch the dumb fucks go over to FTR because dickhead pulled a gun on somebody on the highway allegedly.
Listen, listen, Tony's Tony. I doubt that they're gonna put even his dumb ass is gonna put the Young Bucks over FTR. That's just dumb.
Well, anything's possible. Kevin Garnett said so.
That's true.
That's what I heard.
Now, guys, we have a word of the day. The word of the day is Fanny. Rebel Moon Fanny from Fanny with Love, or from Russia with Fanny. Ahsoka with extra Fanny. The Marvels without Fannies. That's just not even a real movie anymore. And A Fistful of Fannies. So, of course, we've had this one before, but we love that word. The British sense of the word.
Yeah, it means something different.
Weird Fanny. There you go. Since I just bought Weird Science on disc.
Did you buy the 4K release?
Yes, the Arrow video release with the poster and all that shit. I love Weird Science, Nick. Okay.
I do. No, I do too. It's one of my favorites. It's I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, is a 4K release justified? I think it is, but it kind of is, kind of isn't to me, anyways. So I don't know.
I don't think I own it on Blu-ray.
That's fine.
So it's
What's
been
eating
fully
Gilbert
restored.
Fanny? That'd be a good one. Especially if it was Gilbert's Fanny, because that would go way too many different directions.
That's true.
I think his mom ate enough Fanny in that movie to.
That poor woman and her massive obesity.
That movie made me uncomfortable as a kid. But I'm trying to think of another Fanny title. Abridged, A Fanny Too Far.
The Fanny is not enough.
There you go.
That's what you gotta tell women out there when they want all the shit. Just say the fanny is not enough. They'll look at you, they'll go, "What the fuck?" and you'll maintain your dignity.
Snakes on a fanny.
Mm.
Yep, you're
How
welcome.
about fannies on a plane? That just sounds like a good time.
Well, either way, it's a porn title. It's fine.
My big fat Greek fanny. That or Stop or My Fanny Will Shoot. We're gonna win for the day.
Oh God. Silence of the fannies.
Ooh. Hello, Fanny. Now, folks, keep sending your Fanny titles. See if you can top the ones that we just said won for today. I'd like for that to be the case. But, do your worst as you will. Now, guys, we have a movie game to play real quick at the start of the show. Gran Turismo's out this week. And we're going to guess who's going to be the closest to the opening domestic box office without going over. So, of course, this is based on the true story of the video game, Gran Turismo for PlayStation. I can't believe that's a real tagline. But I never thought we'd live to see the day where we'd have a Gran Turismo game. Mario, other things, that makes sense. They're narrative-based games, but Gran Turismo.
Jeff, we got Battleship as a movie. So
Mahalo, motherfucker.
I blocked that out of my memories, bro. Okay?
lucky you. But yeah, that happened.
So, Nick, actually, since Dion's the champion currently, Dion, what do you think Battleship? What do you think Gran Turismo's going to over to?
Battleship on the brain, baby. Shit.
Yeah, goddamn Rihanna. She,
Well,
Yeah, I know, right?
also Liam
Thanks for
Neeson was in that
that,
movie.
Did he drive a Nissan to the base? I hope so.
He did not.
Mahalo, motherfucker.
How do you remember
I'm gonna
it so
go
well?
with. I'm gonna say it makes a cool 40 million.
Mm-hmm. Nick?
I'm gonna go 35.
Kendo?
I'm gonna go with 50.
And I'm going to go with 27. There's just something that's telling me this is a big old flop, big old stinker.
Yeah. Do we? Okay. Can you give us some details in the movie, like who's the production company and what's the budget by
Well,
chance?
it's a PlayStation game from PlayStation. It's a PlayStation movie from PlayStation Studios, which is a Sony company.
Okay.
It's going to be. It stars David. What's his face from Stranger Things? Not David Hayter. What's
David
Harbour's
Harbour.
name? David Harbour. It's got Orlando Bloom and then a bunch of nobody else kids. So, I mean, it's based on a true story of a group of guys who played Gran Turismo, the video game, to train to become real life car drivers.
All right.
So that's why I gave it such a low guess, because it looks dumb.
I mean,
has Jaimin Hansu, so
yeah. I mean, you know, it sounds like it's probably going to be at least an interesting like racing movie to watch or whatever because it's F1. But that's about where it ends. I mean, I might go catch it like during next week or something and not pay the full price on the weekend.
yeah, I don't blame you. This is the one I got a Regal Pass. This is something I might do on like a Monday afternoon if I'm bored.
Yeah, because like it's one of those things where like I want to watch it, but I also don't want to like give it
Watch
more
it.
money. Yeah, I don't want to give it more money than I think it deserves.
I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we might have a review of Gran Turismo. That's the most, it's the
I'm
greatest thing to
gonna
hear.
watch.
We might
I'm gonna
have it.
watch it. We've been going to a lot of movies here lately. I might take my two jabronis to go see it. Hillary was kind of interested too, if anything, just to see at the worst how silly it is, especially because our boy David ain't exactly picking up motherfucking barn burners. You know what I mean? So,
No,
so we will see. So yeah, we'll have a review for you. Your boys got you.
Yeah, I mean,
Is David Harbour's best film Quantum of Solace, sadly?
Who's he in Quantum? Oh yeah. Ooh.
Oh, wait, it's Violent Night.
I
Sorry.
mean, I guess. Holy shit, it might be.
yeah, because everything else, we'll see, because he did the second remake of Hellboy, but there's also a third one coming out or being made or whatever. I don't know where it is. He's done a couple of Netflix things, but that's about it that he's really known for. I forgot he was in Green Hornet with Seth Rogen.
Everybody forgot that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was in Brokeback Mountain.
How deep was he inside of that Brokeback Mountain?
All the way at the core.
all the way up to the elbow, Kendo.
That's some method acting right there.
Indeed it is.
I mean, it is a method of acting.
Now, guys, we'll catch up with that next week. We'll see if Dion can win again, if he can add another notch to his belt on one step becoming closer to the championship. Dion, if you win like all the rest of the year, we might have to get you one of those U.S. titles that you've been talking about.
Listen, I like those takes, so I'm feeling pretty confident, my guy.
All right, well, you bet $40 million is the opening weekend here in the domestic United States, so let's see if that happens. Now, guys, let's talk about this since it's fresh on everyone's mind. The incredibly tragic news that Bray Wyatt has passed away. Now, yesterday, Terry Funk passed away. He was, how old was he? Like close to 80, correct?
79.
79, so pretty close to 80. As close as you can be without actually being 80. So that was all the wrestling news yesterday. We had lost a legend. I mean, Terry Funk is one of the all-time greats. And then I was driving home from dinner tonight, and I saw Twitter where Triple H had posted that Bray Wyatt had passed away. He was only 36 years old. And Dion, you and I were texting back and forth right away. This was a shocker, man.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, obviously, I'm saying this first because we're all thinking it. Bray should have been a mainstream star. WWE did what WWE does, and WWE fucked it up. That all being said, that dude, and especially for and feel free to stop me if I'm wrong, guys. For Jeff, Kendo, and I, he was one of the few reasons we were still interested in fucking WWE pro wrestling for a long time. I mean, he debuted in 2012, 2013. You know, every character he had, at least from the beginning, was white hot. You know, obviously it took a global juggernaut in the sport, and I said sport. It took a global juggernaut in the sport to fuck each iteration of what he did up. That's crazy. Like, imagine the Bulls trying to fuck up Jordan and that starting five. Imagine Bill Belichick actively working against the undefeated Patriots. That team. Imagine, you know, you can do whatever analogy you can come up with. You know, Bray overcame that shit. You know, and you know, there's so many interesting memories. You know, there were times where he did something cool. You know, and Jeff and I would be like, you know what, maybe WWE has something going. You know, maybe we do stick around. And obviously, classic WWE is to let you down, you know, but Bray Wyatt did his damnedest to not let his fans down, to not let wrestling fans down. You know, obviously the dude wasn't batting 100 all the time, but that dude was a pro wrestler's wrestler. And I respect the shit out of that guy. And, you know, especially, you know, as we get older, the dude's only was a couple years older than me, you know, so that was kind of fucked up. But also, hey, man, you know, it sucks. It really sucks. It definitely is one of those things where it's a reminder, hey, man, you know, pro wrestling is an unforgiving fucking sport. And obviously we're going to learn more as time goes on. But if it sucks, man, it absolutely fucking sucks.
It does. Kendo, what were your thoughts when you first heard about it?
Well, I mean, I was only in passing because I was at practice when it happened. But like the first thing I thought of was my buddy Kyle back in Missouri, because he had actually gotten really close to the guy personally. Like, he did some work for him. He did some of his tattoos. He's the one that designed the Fiend mask, and Tom Savini ended up building it. And just like that was like a big deal to him. Was, you know, he got his childhood dream of working for WWE technically through his relationship with this guy. And so immediately I thought, you know, oh shit, you know, I feel bad for my buddy, you know, because that was like a good friend of his. But other than that, he's going to be one of the biggest what ifs in history because of everything Dion had mentioned about his characters. People were behind him. He had the support of the fans. You know, the fans loved his gimmicks. But WWE just could not get out of their own way and sports entertainmenting everything up. Like his big comeback match with LA Knight, they turned it into the fucking Mountain Dew acid rave match that everyone shit on and talked about how stupid it looked and how hard it was. But, you know, this is a guy that he debuted. Like, they were fucking white hot on the main roster. He ends up running into that buzzsaw named John Cena. Fucking drives him back down into the doldrums. And as soon as they start to build up any more momentum again, here comes fucking Dwayne to bury Eric Rowan in 3 seconds. And it was start, stop. And, you know, he had the talent, he had the ability, he could talk his ass off, he was good. And then, you know, WWE just could not get out of their own fucking way. And in 15, 20 years, he'll be on that list of biggest missed opportunities for a wrestler, easily.
Oh, I agree 100%. I'm still not over the WrestleMania 30 defeat to Cena was the thing that, in my eyes, derailed his momentum, and it just never picked up from that. I know that was 9 years ago, but I mean, he's pretty much this mythic creature in the WWE, and then he meets John Cena, and John Cena wins. And then he just goes from that to The Undertaker to losing to Randy Orton. And on the biggest stages, I don't think they ever really pulled the trigger accurately with the guy. But yeah, his death was just such a surprise. We have word from Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful that Bray Wyatt had contracted COVID, which exacerbated his heart issues that he already had, and so he had a heart attack and passed away, for those wondering what happened to Bray Wyatt. But I do want to ask you guys, what is your favorite Bray Wyatt moment? Because he's got a lot of them. Dion, you brought up some really cool stuff in your opening talking about him in passing, but I'd like to know what one Bray Wyatt moment, or just a couple, stand out for you the most.
Well, I mean, my go-to and the one that stands out for me the most is when he won the WWE Championship. I mean, you had years of what you beautifully said. You know, the WWE couldn't pull the trigger. I think it was this Elimination Chamber 2017. Yeah, because it was going into, obviously he ended up losing to Randy Orton, but he pinned Cena, and that whole build up, he was the reason why I watched that fucking match. And then obviously for those who obviously are hardcore fans, he pinned Cena. Obviously it's at the Elimination Chamber, so they're both playing up the weeping in the Elimination Chamber thing, and Cena rolls over to him and says something to the effect of, "Well, you're the WWE champion now, kid." And I was excited. I was incredibly excited. This was after the bullshit at 30. This is after him losing to the Undertaker. This is the dude was still such a force that he still got the damn biggest prize in professional wrestling. And obviously, WWE WWE'd it as they usually do. But I love that. That was the first time in a long time, especially as a pro wrestling fan, where I was actually hopeful for the biggest pro wrestling company on the planet. It felt like one of those moments where they're like, "Hey, we know what we are. You know what we are. This is us doing that." And it was cool, man, to see. And even again, before people get too caught up in missed opportunities, everyone that has their salt in the pro wrestling game knows that WWE was looking for that next Undertaker. And that was that moment where, he might not be Stone Cold, he might not be The Rock, he might not be Cena, but he's gonna be a big star now. And I remember being so incredibly fucking hopeful and excited and happy that this weird motherfucker who essentially has been doing a Buffalo Bill thing for years is the damn WWE champion. And that was cool, man. That moment was really damn cool.
Kendo, what about you?
When he first was going up against The Undertaker, because I thought they were finally going to pull the trigger. I thought, here we go. Undertaker's retiring. They need that spooky, supernatural demon guy that comes along and is the, essentially the reaper of the roster. So I was excited for that. I was looking forward to that. I thought that was going to happen. They actually had a pretty good match, but then deflated at the results. I'm like, damn it. They just didn't do it. But then the Firefly Funhouse shit was just entertaining as hell. I always found it to be entertaining, like as zany and goofy as it was. And then when he debuted as the Fiend, that was awesome, because then he went and he won the belt in Saudi at one of the sweet Saudi Money Mania shows. And I thought, maybe this is finally going to happen. But then they kept fucking it up. They kept booking it wrong. Vince just could not get out of his own way and dealing with what was on his. He got over on his own, and as everybody knows, that is not the way to do it in WWE. You cannot get over on your own. You have to be made by the Kingmaker. So it sucks. I mean, there was a lot of great moments when he first got called up to the roster and the Wyatt family shit was going on, and that was a lot of fun because it was different. It was something new and unique, and
yeah, for me, I gotta say, just the Firefly Funhouse, that show he would do, where he wore the sweater and smiled. It was with all the puppets and shit. That was cool. I wasn't into a lot of the supernatural elements of wrestling because I think it's hokey, but that one was always cool to me, and that dude was able to pull it off quite well. So or just anytime he would go, "They've been lying to you, man." I always loved that shit too.
Yeah, I remember watching the Firefly Funhouse stuff. It was weird, but it was so much fun and so cool. Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys would like to say about Bray Wyatt or Terry Funk or anything wrestling related? I don't think there really is going to be a wrestling segment this week, folks. This just happened a few hours ago, and we're all kind of bummed out by it. So.
I think, what was it, when I went with you guys to WrestleMania in Orlando, and he wrestled during that match, and I think every time he did something, there would be bugs or whatever projected on the mat. That was cool.
That's the type of shit we're talking about WWE just doing dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, that was dumb. It was weird, but also I remember being in the crowd whenever he would walk out, and then everybody turned their cell phones on and like illuminate the whole thing. Like seeing that, I would see that on the show sometimes, but being there and actually seeing it was wild. But yeah, definitely, having WWE Studios and being able to make their own content and not doing a horror movie with him, I think was a
That's
mistake.
another missed opportunity because that's exactly what he could have been perfect for. Is like, essentially their own horror anthology, like Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, they could have done that. They could have got any up and coming horror director from anywhere, and had him do 3 of them or 1 of them or whatever, and just make it into a whole thing. But no, it is incredibly sad because I did like I'm a horror guy. I did like the spooky stuff that he was doing and the whole thing was portraying. They couldn't keep his story straight, and that was unfortunate. But yeah, it's just terrible.
It is, man. Especially passed away at 36. I mean, jeez. I'll be 35 in a few months, so I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
I know. Once you start looking at that, and you're like, man, I'm staring down the barrel of 30. I mean, for me, it's like another 7 years, but.
Oh yeah, I forgot you turned 30 last year.
I did. I know. I turned 30 this year.
Why do we have kids on our show?
You look good for 30, Kendo. You look really good for 30.
I know. I'm holding it together real well.
What's your skincare routine, buddy? What do you use?
Animal semen.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Old Spice body wash. I go back and forth between the Kraken Guard and the Dragon thing, but sure, whatever you want to throw upon me. I know I should probably moisturize a little bit more now that I live out in the desert, but
probably something you should.
Well, folks, if you'd like WCBS skincare regimens of Kendo, check out our Patreon. Kendo will give all of his beauty secrets over there.
Yeah. The important thing is pour at least 1 beer over your whole body.
And then the remaining 11 in your body.
Yeah. Because, alcohol kills like germs and bad things. So it's the old Cliff Clavin principle. The idea that, the brain cells that get killed by beer are just like the old slow ones, kind of like the buffalo herd. So there you go.
Let me take this off screen and let's talk about something a little happier, shall we? Folks, hit that thumbs up button and let's continue on. So guys, the title of tonight's show is about this new trailer, Rebel Moon, which has got a certain portion of the internet going crazy right now.
Oh, dear
it's
God.
Zack Snyder's sci-fi epic over on Netflix. It's got fantasy, it's got ninja elements, it's got all kinds of things, but it's got people talking. And so I want to ask you guys, because we're all big fans of science fiction, fantasy, all the genres here on WCBS. We all like that stuff. We all watched the trailer this week. What did you guys think of that? And do you think moving forward this is going to be a big hit? So we'll start with you, Nick. Did you see the trailer?
Yeah. I watched it earlier. This feels like an original thing from him. I can tell because he literally threw everything in there and shook it around and got a movie. Because this reminds me of Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch didn't make any fucking sense, and it was just like a 2-hour music video, which I was fine with.
Be careful. Dion's PTSD might start flaring up. If you mention
I know.
Sucker Punch.
I'm trying to hamper my words a little bit and make sure that he doesn't Hulk out or whatever. I watched the trailer. I watched it twice actually. And I was like, this there's so many elements. Like they're trying to do Dune and like Fifth Element and Alien and the new D&D movie that just came out. Like there's so many things in it. It's hard to nail it down and get a cohesive world of what's going on. So it's really strange. There's even like World War II elements. Like I don't know. Like this feels like a fucking Andy Warhol painting where he just jizzed on something. He's like, this is what it is. Let's do it. that's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. He made, and also I love at the end of the trailer. There's like 2 parts of it. Like part 1's in December and part 2's in April. It's like go fuck yourself, Netflix. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they really want to draw it out. They think we're gonna subscribe even longer for it.
Well, because and it's one of those things where like, oh, we did it with Stranger Things. We should do it with everything now. It's like that's not how this fucking works. I'm sorry.
No, Stranger Things, like Rebel Moon, is a sum of its parts. It's one part Goonies, one part Stephen King, one part Monster Squad, another part E.T. It's an
Yeah,
amalgamation.
but
Maybe that's the Netflix formula.
well, I mean, yeah, it's an amalgamation, but the thing is that it's done somewhat correctly. There are holes in the story here and there, but that's fine. But this one feels like once again like he's just chucking shit out and be like, we're gonna have all these things in there, all the stuff, everything. It's like, dude, just stick to comic book adaptations. You're good at following the pictures. Just follow the pictures.
Is he? Is he? Is he good at following things, Nick?
Dion, why don't you answer that for us?
You know what? Why don't you go ahead and go, Kendo?
Oh yeah, because Dion's gonna need a minute.
Yeah, and this way I can get it done. I can go take a piss break, a shit break, probably drive up and down the street about 5 times, and then
Don't make this about me. Don't make
You
this
should
about
drive
me.
out to Cincinnati.
Please.
You'll be here by the
I
time
am
he's
your
done with
co-host.
it.
Jeff, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm just going to come out and hang out with you.
No,
I'm just gonna.
no.
By the time
don't
I
make
get
it
to
about me,
Cincinnati,
damn it. I am.
I'll have enough time
we
to
are
just be able to
partners
say,
on
hey,
this
let's go
show.
get
I want to
go
hear
get a
your
Coney, and then
take.
I got to go home.
I want to hear your take.
So, all right. I didn't know what the fuck a Rebel Moon was. I had no clue. And then I saw the message. Jeff said, hey, watch the trailer. Now I know what a Rebel Moon is. Actually, no, I don't. I watched the trailer. I still have no idea what the fuck a Rebel Moon is. There was nothing from that trailer that told me you should watch this movie. I like sci-fi. I like shit like that. But the whole time I was watching it, I'm like, this looks like it's overly dark for the sake of being overly dark. This music sounds extra heavy for the sake of being extra heavy. Oh, it's a Zack Snyder picture. This kind of making a little bit of sense by why this trailer doesn't make any fucking sense and isn't really getting me to want to watch this movie. Now, this could be a great movie. This could be one of the best movies ever out there. But just from the trailer that I watched this afternoon while I was having lunch, I got nothing from this. I'm like, is this a comic book adaptation? Is this an anime? I didn't know because I'd never heard of this property before. It's a Netflix movie, which in terms of Netflix movies, I've only ever watched 2 that I liked, and I've seen a bunch, and only 2. I feel like that record's safe with this movie. But I don't know. There was nothing about this that just made me go, man, that looks like it's going to be really cool. It just made me go, okay, this makes sense. Zack Snyder's just trying to look edgy and dark and cool.
Yeah, I had a similar takeaway. I was a little overwhelmed by a lot of what I was seeing in that trailer because it's just like it's trying to be Warhammer, it's trying to be Dune, it's trying to be Star Wars, it's trying to be Lord of the Rings, it's trying to be like so many different things. And to me, Zack Snyder movies, especially this one, feels like a kid that takes his toy box and it's like, well, we're going to have Batman fight the snake or the dinosaur from Toy Story, and then we're going to fight this and a robot and that. And that's cool. It's all fun and well. And, when this comes out, this could be great. So I have to reserve judgment for that. But just based on the trailer, I don't think I'll think about this tomorrow. Like, I probably won't think about Rebel Moon till it comes out. And I don't know if I'll remember to watch it at the end of the year, to be honest. It's nothing to do with my Zack Snyder distaste. This just looked like everything else blended together. This looks like it belongs on AMC, to be honest. Like,
it was generic sci-fi movie number 4.
yeah.
No, and I'm serious. I mean, there are people that might have watched it and be like, oh yeah, this looks good. I mean, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, so there's starships, there's a planet being invaded, maybe some guys being crowned king. What is he, like king of the universe or the planet? I don't know.
He's the king of the world, Kendo.
Okay, so Leonardo DiCaprio makes a return. What's Eating
He's not
Gilbert?
frozen.
Great part 2. We're still going up that water tower, aren't we, Gilbert? But yeah, so it's like, it to me was generic sci-fi movie trailer number 4. That's all it was. Could this be a good movie? Sure, it could. And somebody's got severe weather coming in. Maybe a kid was abducted. Maybe an old person vanished. We don't know.
Well, mute it for a second. I need to know what happened with the Amber Alert.
Well, it could have been a gray alert
Warning.
or a severe thunderstorm warning. It's the emergency tune for everything. Is there a storm coming? Did a kid get stolen? Did an old person wander from the home? Is there nuclear bombs about to fall? Same warning for all of them. But yeah, no, like I'm with you. This was like generic trailer number 4. Like it didn't sell the movie to me. Somebody that has no idea what it is, I don't think it's going to sell the movie to a lot of other people. But if you watched it and it got your, the cockles of your heart all tingling, and maybe the cockles a little bit lower than your heart got tingling, that more power to you. Watch it. Tell us how it was.
Yeah. Now, Dion,
Yes.
you're Zack Snyder's number one something. What'd you think of this?
So we all know how I feel about Zack Snyder. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes.
Overall, I liked the trailer. I enjoyed the trailer.
Holy shit! That's what the alert was
Calm
for.
down. I like the trailer. It's no secret. I love Warhammer 40K. I love science fiction. Obviously, being a huge Star Wars guy, being a Star Trek guy, being a fantasy guy. It's a lot, but I enjoyed the trailer, and I actually am intrigued. That all being said, this does not change who he is. Zack Snyder is a con man. And this is how it starts. He is a master of expectation. The vast majority of the trailers that come out for his stuff look interesting. The vast majority of the trailers that come out for his stuff look fun. The vast majority of them, even if they are not copying, if they're his interpretation of a pre-existing property, look at least like, hey, I'm going to go watch this. And this one is no fucking different. The difference being he will fail. I understand Netflix wants to be Disney and have its own platform and wants to get into everything and wants to be its own entertainment entity. He's the guy that did Superman. He's the guy that did DC. He's the guy that did Watchmen. He's the guy that has a
Oh, the thunderstorm get him?
Got it. No, Zack Snyder's like PR people. He's going on tour right now. That check clearly, hit Dion's bank account. There was enough zeros on there, or this, fucking AI robot that they replaced Dion with, who is now a big fan of Zack Snyder. And
I knew he was, he looked kind of funny at the convention. I wasn't sure, but now I know.
Yeah, they replaced him. He's a robot.
God damn it, they got him.
Oh, god damn it. Dion lost power, folks. So Dion's not dead. He's just without power.
Oh, that's blows.
Yeah, that's what happened to the fucking Transformer, and that's why Dion's not here right now. I got fucking zapped with 1.21 gigawatts, and what the fuck is a gigawatt?
Yeah, I was about to ask you what the hell a gigawatt is, but we won't get into that tonight. But I wanted to ask you guys this though: do you think this is going to be the future moving forward of entertainment, where it's just I know like historically Star Wars copies and other things copy, but this is so on the nose with borrowing. Is that going to be what our next series of like original properties are? It's just how many things we can throw in a blender?
No, they're not really original properties. They're going to be AI properties that have elicited enough of a fucking blip in your brain to be like, oh, this looks like the familiar thing I love. I must go watch it. That's what it's going to be. That's probably what they're going to use AI for the best, is like trying to put all these elements into movies that will get people to watch the first weekend or the second weekend. And then when everybody realizes it was a honey dick, then, that's it. It's done.
Do you think people are going to just carry over the goodwill from the Snyder Cut and be so excited
what
about
goodwill
this
from
movie?
the Snyder Cut?
Dear God, dude, are you kidding? They fired him because they did the Snyder. I love how the Snyder Cut needed more money to film more parts because of the Snyder Cut. It's like didn't the Snyder Cut already exist, and like there was that whole fucking thing. God damn it. Jeez.
Well, there are still people that think, oh, he listened to the fans, guys. He loves us. We got to support him. It's like
he loves the zeros at the end of his fucking paycheck. That's what he loves.
I'd make
Come on.
fucking shitty movies too if there was enough zeros on the end of paychecks from fucking movie studios. They're like, hey, we want you to make a terrible fucking movie. Here's $10 million. Not a problem. I will make one of the worst movies of all time. I don't know. I don't know how to direct a movie. I've never written a script. I don't know what a best boy is or the key grip. But what I do know is I can go out there and say, here's what we're going to do. You're going to act, and I'm going to tell you whether or not we're going to keep that take. The guy walks in, falls on his ass, and I laugh at him like, we're keeping that in the fucking movie. And yet it's a drama about World War II.
You should make movies.
You know what? With that spiel, you're a better director than Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I mean, that's how my movies would go. It's like, you need to make a period piece. Well, I mean, how many women are on this set? Because that could get out of hand real quick.
God damn it.
It's like that episode of Married with Children.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers.
Like, this is about the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Be like, well, who's my George Washington? Idris Elba. I don't see any problem with that. Fucking bring him in. Falls down. I laugh. We keep it in the movie and be like, well, George Washington wasn't it signing the Declaration of Independence. He fucking is now because he's in my movie. I don't give a shit. Fucking check clear. What do I care?
That's the world I want to live in.
Yeah. Pay me enough, I'll make whatever fucking movie you want.
Oh god. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one. There's a really big sci-fi epic that I want to see called The Creator.
Oh yeah.
I think it's coming out in September. I think it's by the same director of Rogue One.
Yeah.
So I like his style. His style is good, and that reflects that in the trailer for The Creator. And that looks more compelling and more fun than this does.
That movie looks great.
It looks it has a cohesive story. I knew what was happening from the fucking trailer, Jeff. It's weird how that worked. This trailer looked like it was just a bunch of supercuts from other trailers from YouTube.
That's kind of what it does look like when people take those and do those. I mean, but it's Netflix, guys. They have all the money in the world to throw at this thing, so it's got to be great, right?
So does Disney, but look at where they're at.
In the toilet.
Yeah, they. I've been watching this one YouTube channel, and they've been talking about it quite a bit lately. Like, there's videos that come out by them every couple of days. They've been covering the Disney shit. He used to do a morning show too. I don't know what the fuck happened to that channel though.
The morning show will come back one day, Kendo. Folks, if you want GMPC, you just got to watch it. We got to get those numbers up, folks. But this is going to be an interesting thing. I bet you most people that are hyped about it right now will probably forget about it. For me, to answer the question in the trailer...
Dion never forgets, Jeff. Well, okay.
Dion never forgets.
He does forget quite a few things, but I think he probably will forget this movie too. Never mind, point withdrawn.
By the end of the year, we'll all be talking about, like, what's our favorite movie of the year, and somebody will go, we forgot to watch that Zack Snyder movie, Rebel Moon.
Like, did you guys ever watch Rebel Moon? Oh, shit, no, we forgot about it. Dion, did you watch it? You were intrigued by the trailer? No, you didn't watch it either. Fuck, okay.
All right.
3 stars.
Gun to your head, Rebel Moon or Rebel Wilson? What would you rather spend an hour watching?
What's the context behind Rebel Wilson? What's she doing?
Nothing sexual.
Rebel Moon, because I've seen an hour's worth of Rebel Wilson, I think. No, actually I haven't. I've only seen those commercials she's in, and she's pretty annoying in those. So I feel like I'd be better off going into Rebel Moon for an hour, because I feel like at least I can let my brain shut off and there's nothing that's going to just be jarringly annoying enough to get me back into what's going on.
Dion is back, but Nick, you go first. Rebel Moon or Rebel Wilson?
Rebel Wilson. I'm not going to watch Rebel Moon. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Dion, Rebel Moon or Rebel Wilson? What would you rather watch?
Rather watch Rebel Wilson. I know what I'm getting into. Rebel Moon, I don't feel like falling for this dude's bullshit again.
Well,
I could be the tie, or I could be... I'll just be honest. I'd rather pick Rebel Wilson, because I watched this video of Penn Jillette punk her out and trick her into falling for an old magic trick, and she just stood there and was just kind of like, yeah. So that seems a little more entertaining than this. But
well, there you go. Rebel Wilson, the official Australian broad of world-class bullshitters.
You guys wouldn't rather have Nicole Kidman or...
Oh, she wasn't up for grabs right now. Only Rebel Wilson was, and 3 out of 4 bullshitters have thumbs up for Rebel Wilson.
That's gonna start coming up on movie posters. 3 out of 4 bullshitters approve, and then it'll just be like random ass crap.
Yeah, and whichever one doesn't approve, there's just a scowling picture of them in the corner.
with their arms crossed, all boo-boo faced.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 bullshitters like this. And then on the corner, Nick does not approve.
Probably.
Thanks, Nick. All right, guys. In terms of Rebel Moon, anything else you want to say? I mean, look, science fiction's in a great place right now. I mean, the Dune movie was a huge hit. There's the sequel out later this year. The Creator looks great, which will be doing something for AI Month here on the channel, folks. So make sure you join us for that. There's a lot to look forward to. I just wouldn't put this in there. I still put Netflix films and other, just Netflix films versus theatrical releases. They're always different to me. I don't care how much the one costs versus the other. There's just something about going to see something in the theater on a big screen. It feels like a big deal versus watching it at home on a 65-inch screen. It doesn't matter to me. So
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. We started off the year strong with going to the movies quite a bit, and then there was that lull in spring and summer where they just didn't have anything good. And then Oppenheimer came out, watched that, but they haven't really gone again. So the Meg 2 was fun.
I feel like everything this year started out strong, and then it all kind of just.
We had somebody come by the table who were like, "Oh, the Meg 2 was terrible. I couldn't believe it." I'm like, "That's the point. Like, those movies are not supposed to be believable or real.
Those are not cinematic masterpieces.
Yeah.
They're supposed to make you talk about them 30 years later going, man, that was such a fucking inspirational, good film. I mean, you're not putting it on Mount Rushmore with like Godfather or anything like that. You're just supposed to watch and go,
those movies are meant for drunk watch parties and drinking with friends. That's what they're meant for.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting wasted and going to a theater and yelling at the screen for 2 hours. That's
Exactly,
kind of what they're
man.
for.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they're meant for. It's not. Yeah, they're not meant for anything. Yeah, they're not meant for. Yeah, once again, like Kendall said, it's not like Mount Rushmore or something. They're just meant to be fun popcorn movies, man. That's it.
We should do a thing for Patreon, our Mount Rushmore of films, and then we should like have a voting. We got to do that with like a voting system and everything. You guys want to make that happen?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right, let me write that one down. Kenda, you can help us do the voting. That way you know how to break down the brackets and all that stuff.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah, I can do that. Are we talking about like the Mount Rushmore of our films or just in general?
Well, maybe we should do like a voting thing with the audience where they can vote on the list of films and we take those and attribute points and, work it down that way.
We could do that because like our individual Mount Rushmores are going to be so like radically different to the point where we will get offended by the voting.
Yeah, because your Mount Rushmore is going to be like Top Gun.
Yeah.
Is it TMNT 90?
Yeah.
Oh man, why is this hard? Fuck. I know Nick's like Summer Party Massacre 2. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Tombstone for Kendo.
Tombstone's on there too.
Oh my god, we got 3 or 4 already. Shit. Damn it. Kendra, tell us your last one since Dion.
Trading Places.
Trading Places. Ooh, it's a wonderful film.
Yeah, I can watch all 4 of those no matter what, anytime. And the hard part is like Back to the Future would make that list, like Beverly Hills Cop. I mean, you have to exclude some of those things. So, and like Ghostbusters isn't there either. But it's like I have to have a diverse list. Like I've got my Western, I've got my action movie film, iconic, best film of all time from the 80s, and then I've got the greatest comic book movie of all time, and to me. And so there's a lot that has to miss out. If I had to come up with the top 10 list, it'd be a little bit better off and more well-rounded. But in terms of like movies that I'm just like the 4 of these movies, I could be on an island and I will never get tired or bored or unhappy. It'd be those 4.
Now we got to make sure that the audience votes for these. So folks, join us. Let's make that an end of the year thing. We can't rush into it. We got to make it big. We got to get every other channel out there too involved. So folks, hit 1 if you want to make that happen, and join us when we do.
Yeah, and I'm just going to let you guys know now. Look, I understand it's a democracy, and we're all going to vote on these things. But if one of my movies doesn't make it onto the top 4 of voting, if you've ever watched Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, where they go through the comment section and all that stuff, and they go door to door and beat the living fuck out of people, I'm just going to leave that thought right there, and I'm going to let you marinate on that one.
How many people want to kick some ass, Kendo?
That's right, me.
I do. Well, if Beverly Hills Cop isn't number 1 on everyone's list, I'm just gonna, riot. John Cena style. So, guys, anything else on Rebel Moon, or we want to put this baby to bed on that topic?
Well, I mean, Dion's kind of hornied up for it, so maybe.
Oh yeah, the power got. Oh, he's muted right now. He's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing work shit with this thunderstorm stuff, but no, I mean, like I said, it's all I'm saying is, yeah, I'm in the boat of obviously, yeah, it looks good. That all being said, this is a unique situation. Zack Snyder, no matter how many times he tries to get my power taken out here, is a unique situation. That dude has a unique ability of failure. And again, if it were anyone else and that came out, I'd be intrigued. I'd be like, yeah, ready to go. And I still may watch it. But it cannot be understated that you cannot trust the man that fucked up Superman. It's not being a troll, it's not being an internet person. He straight up fucks up. That's what Zack Snyder does. We all love John Wick, and one of my favorite quotes in all movies comes from John Wick 4, which is a man's ambition should never outgo his worth. And it has happened to Zack Snyder constantly. And again, no matter what you say, I get it. Some people really like him and they love the whole thing with the Justice League and they love, Watchmen. I love Watchmen. A broken clock is right twice a day. And this motherfucker does not have the skill, the ability, or the fucking self-awareness to not Zack Snyder this. And he will. And I have zero doubt about it. Maybe I don't even have a problem with being wrong here. But the fact that trailer is good, like so many other Zack Snyder trailers, and it got me interested again in something Zack Snyder has his name all over again, and it's another apparent, well thought out property. He is not going to get you across the fucking goal line. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, broken clock, right, twice a day. But this dude's unique ability is to be the guy that has all the cards, has all the chips, and he still fucks up. And I have zero doubt in my mind that it's going to be the exact same here. Just cool trailer or not. Sell, fucking sell. Here he is again. It's interesting. It's a good trailer. He's getting, again, the keys to the kingdom from Netflix. He's got the dude from Sons of Anarchy. He's got What's Her Nuts. He has damn near an unlimited budget on a platform that is trying to take over the Wild West. He will do what Zack Snyder does best and smell his own farts, get high, pass out, throw up, and remind everyone that he's a fucking wannabe. Period.
So you're telling me you don't really like Zack Snyder? Is that what I'm
I do
hearing?
not like Zack Snyder. I'll be right back.
Don't worry, Dion. We're gonna move on to something.
Well,
else.
this is this is like his wonderful zombie movie that everybody's still talking about, Army of the Dead.
Was that good?
No. It was a copy of Dawn of the Dead, like beat for beat. It really
Which
was.
he remade once.
Yeah. 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 It was zombies, and it was fucking zombies in like a dead Vegas is what it was. It was okay.
Hey,
And he
people
also
liked it cool, but
yeah,
doesn't seem like it's interesting to me.
and he also shot it, and it was shot like shit. Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about Zack Snyder. Honestly, it's just like I don't like his work. I don't think this is going to change the face of entertainment. I think too many people still harp on, oh, he did these great superhero movies. What ones did you watch? We watched them 10 years ago. Man of Steel ruined Superman. BVS sucked. I know he didn't direct. Yeah, Justice League. His cut of Justice League wasn't any better. It's like, oh my God, the Green Lantern showed up. Like, did we forget what narrative in a film is supposed to be? Did we forget what we all complain about with other things? Because I feel like when it came to the Snyder cut of Justice League, everyone's like, oh my God, they fight Darkseid. Or they didn't fight Darkseid. Oh my God, they fight Steppenwolf better. It's like, did the rest of the movie get better? No. It was still dumb.
No. It was still pretty terrible. But it's just people who, I don't know. I guess it's normies who just aren't accustomed to it or know anything about it. They just are just like, oh, this looks good. Oh yeah, 4 hours of a standard definition movie sounds in black and white sounds amazing right now.
Dude, it's not even normies though. It's like diehard like people that we interact with. They're like, Zack Snyder's God. It's like, no, he's fucking not. Like, I'm all about having differing tastes, but like, what's a quality film he made? We go on about Richard Donner being the patron saint of the channel. It's like he's got shit from his lowbrow as like a Lethal Weapon, but he's got great stuff out there too, like The Omen. I mean, Richard Donner was a real director. I don't want to, take away.
No,
other people, Hitchcock,
you're
somebody like that.
you're 100% correct. He was a real director. He's the one who directed the first Superman, Lethal Weapon, The Omen, Maverick.
That's a good one.
Yeah, he did. I'm sorry, he did Superman 2 and yeah. He did
He's got like
Superman
an
2.
alternate cut of Superman 2.
He did.
If you buy the the DVD set I got of the Superman movies had the Snyder cut in place of Superman 2. So, or not Snyder. God damn it. The Donner cut.
Dude, I'll go out as far as to say that Joel Schumacher was a better director than Zack Snyder. Because he may have made Batman and Robin, which is a shit movie, but he also made The Lost Boys and Falling Down, which are really great. And Zack Snyder doesn't have anything that's in that category, those category of films. I mean, sorry, I know everyone wants to say, but Batman and Robin sucked. It did suck. It did. Yeah. It was terrible. But
when you're a high quality director, you're allowed to have a fucking stinker here and there.
That was his. Because Batman Forever ain't that bad. It's
Spielberg hasn't made nothing but complete bangers. He's probably got one or two bad ones out there.
1941?
Yeah. Well, okay. That one didn't do well, but it's not a bad movie. It's actually kind of fun.
I mean, John Candy's great and everything, so.
True.
That is true. That is true.
So, let's keep moving on with tonight's show, folks. I want to wait till Dion gets back to talk about Blue Beetle because, spoiler alert, I went to see it. It wasn't that bad. Was it a great film? No. Was it the best superhero movie I've seen this year? Maybe number 2 or 3. Would I buy it on disc? For $10, maybe. I thought the family was kind of cool. The main character's endearing. It's very rare to see a likable hero in today's day and age. But god damn it, is it not Mexican Iron Man? It even has the re-entry
scene. Mexican Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. It really... Look, it's dead. It's dead in the water. It's a flop of a film. It ain't going to make any money. But what it is decent. It's enjoyable. It's better than The Flash. It's better than Shazam 2. I mean, it's better than most DC movies over the last... Let me just look up the DCEU real quick, because I'll go back.
Probably a while. But, and I mean, that's good to hear, but it seems like even if it is good, people aren't going to go watch it, because I think they're tired of it. And when they hear that more, they're just like, no, we're done. We don't want to keep... And especially with, the DC stuff, I mean, Blue Beetle, I think, is still part of the directionless like path that they were going, as well. I don't know if the Blue Beetle is going to as part of the the new stuff they're doing or anything, or if it's just something they wanted to make. So
it's part of the old Snyderverse.
Okay.
Because they talk about Superman and Batman and all the other characters that have been out there for a while. So if you hear anything about Blue Beetle being part of the new DCEU, it's just a marketing ploy to try to get people to watch it. But it's it's just not. It's not very accurate to say that.
Yeah, that's fine. And then like it once again, it looks interesting, but like it also like the way the trailers reminded me of the old movie Guyver. Do you remember that thing?
Yeah, with Mark Hamill?
Yes, it reminded me of that because it kind of started the same way, where like this alien thing got on him and fucking morphed his body up and made him into this the superhero or whatever. It reminded me of that a little bit.
It's a lot like that. It's that meets Iron Man because the thing's got an onboard AI. It talks to him. I mean, I'm not joking when it takes him to outer space and does the whole re-entry thing, just like in the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah. We saw that in the trailer, and I was like, oh, this is weird, but okay.
The chick is just like Susan Sarandon's character is just like Obadiah Stane. He fights essentially the Ironmonger at the end of the movie, which is a bastardized version of his armor.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, just derivative stuff, but it's got a good soundtrack. It's got an interesting score. The acting is on point. I don't think anybody gave a bad performance.
Okay, so the kid from Cobra Kai is actually good.
Dude, he was so likable. Like, I
That's
like
good.
Cobra Kai,
That's good.
but like, I actually gave a shit about the character. I actually really cared about the character, because what happens in a lot of these films is I'm here to see the superheroing, I'm here to see this or that, or want to laugh at a joke. But I actually cared about this dude's struggle, because he comes back from college. He's the first Reyes in his family to graduate from college, and his dad's just Mexican dude who just he owns like a business, a car dealer, not a car dealership, a mechanic shop, which has gone under. They're about a garage. Thank you. They're about to lose their house. Like, there's a lot of stuff that the character is going up against in terms of like adversity. And so he comes out of college. He's like, I want to fix this. I want to save my family. His whole point is he wants to just make his life, or make his family's life better. That's it. He's not trying to be a superhero out of necessity or this or that. And he just kind of gets pulled into a corporate fuck up, and he becomes the Blue Beetle. And I liked the guy. I mean, he showed those emotions very well. You saw it, right, Dion?
I did.
Okay. Did you like it?
I liked it a lot, actually. I liked it a lot. No, Hillary was not a huge fan, but I did like it. Specifically to the main character, yeah, Javi was a. I think he did a great job. And we'll get into that obviously a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, Blue Beetle is definitely indicative of the things that DC is going through. But this one was still, I liked it a lot. I really did.
Yeah, I would say it's the best DC movie this year, and I'll go on record to say it's the best DC movie since 2019 with Shazam. I like it more than I liked Justice League, both Suicide Squads. I mean, it's a different character, so I don't have the same emotional attachment to Jaime Reyes as I do Batman or Superman. But I would be lying if I said after I left the movie I didn't go to Amazon to see how much an action figure costs, because I was like, that was a cool looking character. Ooh. That was a cool movie.
All right, well, geez, yeah. If you're looking up action figures after the movie, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
Yeah, I liked the design. I liked a lot, man. I know people want to dump on it. Oh, superhero movies suck. Yeah, they kind of do.
I don't think they suck. It's just that we are tired of them. Kind of like with Walking Dead and zombies, when we had a bunch of that shit happen. People were just like, "Oh, we're done with it." That's all it is. Is that there's too much of it. It's saturated the market, and the general audience, I think, and a lot of us think, when a new one comes out, it's like, oh, it's going to be the exact same like origin story. We're going to get the same beats. It's going to be kind of just the same stuff, regardless of what the superhero is or was or whatever's going through or things like that. So I think it's just the saturation of the market. It's not really, and people are just tired of it. Is all it really is.
Well, I wish this wasn't one that flopped as hard as it did, because I really would like to see where the story goes next. Because it was one of those smaller movies, meaning like he didn't go too far. He lives in a fictional Palmyra City is not real. It's just like Miami essentially, but he lives in essentially Miami. He does some stuff in town, and then they go to this island near Cuba. So they don't really do a lot of traversing. There's not a lot of big world-ending elements. It's just kind of like the older superhero origin films, where it's centralized to one location. It's about his personal arc, and the character grows. I don't know if he really... Dion, would you say he grows as a character, or he just completes an objective and becomes,
He completes an objective. I think it definitely is, like I was saying before, the issue with the DC try to be Marvel formula is it's just things happen because they're supposed to happen, and then this happens. So this movie definitely has that. Not to the degree where it should have flopped, but yeah, he doesn't have... this was a hero's journey in the microwave. So, which it doesn't make it a bad movie, but you could definitely tell, they're like, we had to set this up, and we're gonna remind you that they're Latino, and then he faces the bad guys, and then now he's the Blue Beetle. So, and there are some cool parts in between, but yeah, you don't see a drastic change, because from the very beginning he's a good guy. They all love him. He gets out of college, like you said. So yeah, he's not completely different character at the end of the movie as opposed to when it started.
Dude, I liked his family quite a bit. The sister could be a little much at times, but I really liked the dad and the grandma.
Yeah, dad, grandma was cute as hell. And
you had that fucking
cared
chain
about
gun at the end.
That was funny. You know, her being a former revolutionary and shit. I thought that was good. And then, you know, my favorite part, you know, it's a lot closer to Venom than it is Iron Man. Obviously, you know, for those who don't know, the suit, it's an alien suit, blah 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 blah, and the suit has a name and it's talking to him. It's a lot closer. Don't get me wrong. I like Blue Beetle. The Guyver movies did it better, but you know,
we're just talking about that shit.
That's why I love you guys. And the suit's talking to him. So as the movie goes on, obviously it's very heavy into, you know, the Latino culture, the fact that they're Latino, all that good stuff. This is one reason why the sister kind of becomes a pain in the ass because
it's Latinx. Get it right?
No, they never said that. But
I think society's given up on that one, Kendo.
I know. I'm very happy for that too.
Yes. But yeah, and the sister is the heavy-handed part. But there's a cool part where the suit's talking to him in the beginning. You know, the suit wants to fucking kill the main bad guy. Javi's like, no. Then at the end, with all the stuff going on, you know, the suit is like, we're not a killer. And right before the main action scene, you know, they're getting psyched up, and the suit starts talking in Spanish. I really like that part. I really, really fucking like that part. That was fucking cool.
I did too.
Yeah. I might go check this one out this week then too.
You'll love the
it's
music.
not that bad, man. It's really not that bad.
It's like a lot of synthwave score, Nick.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, dude. Yeah, because we listened to that mix on the way up to HorrorHound.
And I put some of that kind of music in today's Ahsoka video because I was like, you know what? Let's keep upping the production across the board because we are world class after all. So I figured, you know, a little music, a little something.
Do you guys remember the movie Star Kid at all from '97?
Yeah, I hated that movie.
You and I watched it a couple months ago.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of that as well because it was kind of the same thing, but like it was basically like the Guyver movie, but like the kid version.
Yep.
So yeah, it kind of reminds me of that as well a little bit from what you guys are talking about.
It is very Star Kiddish, very, very, very Star Kiddish.
That's a name I haven't heard in years.
Yeah, if anybody knows that movie or was alive to watch it or to see how it get, did nothing even get a theatrical release.
I think it did. I know. I watched it on tape though.
Yeah, same here. It had like that. I don't know. The front cover was very distinct for sure.
It was terrible. It was that kid's fucking face and that robot thing's
Yes. Okay.
face.
All right. Good. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It did get a box office release, but it didn't do too well.
It made $7 million, Nick.
Oh god, the film was released on VHS and DVD, and didn't go any further. There was a prequel comic. Oh my god, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Well, yeah, because there isn't like the home world. They're at war with this other species, and they made the fucking star suit to fight them, and that's how it gets to Earth.
The blue beetles are fighting against the red beetles, and then there's the white beetles, and then there's the beetles from England, but most of them are dead.
R.I.P. John Lennon.
No, fuck him.
I know. Oh, God, this movie's free on YouTube, guys. When we get together, we should just get wasted and watch it.
Wait, what? Star Kid?
That's the goddamn movie.
Dude, the suit looks like a space gorilla.
It does. It is so fucking
Gorilla?
bulky.
It's Sparambe.
Sparambe, Jesus.
Rest in rip.
Yeah, I doubt Star Kid's going to go to Blu-ray unless Arrow or Shout Factory buys it and does a 4K release of it or some shit.
You couldn't give that movie away.
Yeah, but to say, I mean, they did a Blu-ray of Mac and Me.
Yeah, but that's because Paul Rudd got that movie to be fucking, an internet meme.
That's true.
I think we have a Mac and Me button. Let me see if that's still.
We do.
Oh my God, we do. Yes, we do.
Did I delete it?
You may have just put it aside for later.
Oh, for a later date.
Yeah.
Well, once I find it, I'll play it. I'll have
Okay.
to re-upload it. Good old Mac and me.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
I have not seen that movie since I was like a fucking kid, but yeah, I do.
Well, yeah, same
The
here.
fucking
Yeah.
Ronald dance scene is still hilarious.
Yeah, once in like 1991 probably is when I saw that movie.
You're a McDonald's dance scene, Dion.
Yeah,
I don't even
Damn
know what
right.
that means, but I fucking said it.
you do.
So, yeah, that's the tragedy of Blue Beetle. It's a pretty decent movie that flopped harder than you can imagine. It's dead in the water. We'll never get any more from it. But I would definitely watch more Blue Beetle, including, all the side characters. So, I was surprised how much I liked it, Dion.
That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. That you liked it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty well-rounded story. But yeah, we're not gonna see any more of it. I blame DC for that, man. I really do.
Well, listen, and I would not say we're not going to see more of it. Obviously, James Gunn's getting the keys to the kingdom. He's obviously impressed enough that they're going to let him do whatever. And I depending on obviously his overall end goal, with it being a decent enough movie, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another Blue Beetle. Obviously, some of the rumors being he wants to do some Injustice stuff. So we'll see, man. I mean, I'm not entirely sold on we ain't gonna ever see our boy Javi again, but hopefully we get a little bit more of him, a little bit more George Lopez with a fucking mullet.
Yeah, everybody complained online that he made that line about Batman as a fascist or whatever. He said that once when he was in Ted Kord's lair, and the old Blue Beetle is a part
What's
of the
wrong
story.
with Batman being fashionable? I mean, I don't get that. I mean,
Even so, the
he's a
point being,
billionaire.
he's a character, and that's the character's opinion on Batman. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those touchy subjects where people say a word and everybody freaks out about it. Shut the fuck up, Twitter. You didn't go see it, obviously, so do what you do best and stay in the fucking background. That being said, the context of the movie, they're kind of, hey, we're down on our luck. We're poor, blah, 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 blah. And he follows it up by saying the Blue Beetle, talking about the original Blue Beetle, had a sense of humor. So that was the context of the part. Now, I'm assuming everyone bitching about it are the same motherfuckers that absolutely cream their jeans over She-Hulk. Clearly, your taste in entertainment ain't that motherfucking good. So
No.
let the grown-ups talk about the movies while you stay in the background.
Yeah, that's why. Look, even though Disney is a terrible company, chasing or courting the favor of those type of people is what got you in the position you're in right now. It's like, hey, we want She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and all these progressive, wonderful characters. It's like, look, you can have cool characters that are not white or black or whatever. Just make them cool, not lame. That's your problem. You made shit characters for years, and then you had these idiots on the internet build them up. Oh, they're so great. They're so powerful. They mean so much to me. Did you watch it? Did you pay for it? No, you didn't. I paid to see Blue Beetle, and I don't regret it. So,
Yeah, dude. It's the same thing with what is it? The cartoon on Netflix whenever it's gonna get canceled after 2 seasons, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it shouldn't get canceled. Go watch it. Go watch it." It's like you guys, you guys raved and ranted and all this bullshit on Twitter about it, and then when it came out and came time to pony up and actually do something about it, you didn't watch it.
kind of like Ash of the Evil Dead.
Well, that was, I mean,
Yeah.
that was a whole bunch of stuff. Like they went to Stars. They should have gone to another network.
That one's still a sore subject.
Yeah, people pirating it, which was dumb, and nobody actually paying for the service and watching it because
Horror
It's
fans, stop
fuckers.
stealing shit.
I 100% agree. Yeah, I mean, I only jack the big Hollywood movies because I can afford to take the hit. So that's
Yeah, I would never pay money for Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends, and I
Yeah.
would recommend nobody else does either.
God, yeah. But no, if it's a big Hollywood movie, they can afford to take the hit. But usually independent stuff, no, I will at least rent it on Amazon if I can. If I really like it, I'll buy it.
That's why I supported the little-known independent feature Weird Science, Nick, because I had to support the indies with such indie stars as John Hughes, Anthony Michael Hall, Bill Paxton,
Robert Downey
household
Jr.
names. Robert Downey Jr., the highest paid actor in history. Yeah, I need to support the independents. God, I fucking love that.
No, that's just a fucking classic that needed to be on 4K. So, and if Arrow did, it's gonna look fucking great. The sound's gonna be amazing.
It's probably it might be the second best comic book movie of the 1980s. Because I bet you didn't know it was based on a comic, did you?
I think you said this before to me a couple of times. It just doesn't register, and I keep being like, "What?" And yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's based on EC Comics' Weird Science. It doesn't adapt the story directly, but if you watch the credits of the film, it says based on the EC comic Weird Science.
Nice,
so
nice.
yeah, I've never read any Weird Science comics, but I've read a shitload of Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a fun, it's a fun jaunt. It was a great movie. Lots of shenanigans. It's a lot of fun, man.
I love shenanigans. The place with all the shit on the walls and the onion rings.
That'll never get old.
Have we ever done a Super Troopers watch along?
We have.
Have we done part
It's on
2?
the No. No,
Let's
we've not
finish
done
the
that one.
Broken. Let's really sit down and let's finish Broken Lizard. Let's do all the finish the Bond movies. Let's just get a huge catalog out there because people are hungry for more stuff. As Hollywood is not providing entertainment, WCBS is and will be. So, folks, you can tell us on Twitter. You just tell us what you want, and we'll make it for you guys.
Somebody's gonna step up and entertain these fucking people.
And it's us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm free.
we're world
I'm
class.
mostly free in the evenings, Monday through Wednesday.
Well, shit, we can make Wednesday some recording nights, Kendo.
That works for me. I might be in the background going, "Oh, yeah, that was cool." Highlight, highlight, highlight. Fuck, this is a boring book. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Got to pretend that I'm woke.
Well, you did take a quiz that made sure you were, so you're fine.
I did?
Yeah, remember the quiz you took for your job?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. It was some diversity thing you had to take for your job that you had to take the.
No,
quiz
that
for.
was just some kind of like diversity, like seminar thing that everybody in the district had to take.
Oh,
Like
okay.
how to be inclusive to students of different ethnicities. I'm like, well, considering pretty much all of them are a different ethnicity, I have no choice. So, whatever. It's like, okay, well, no, I never had to take a quiz on that, but education classes are a piece of piss. I mean, I'm not going to brag that I've got a 4.0 just because they're easy. I'm just that fucking good, but they're a piece of piss. But I love them. I love it. It's fun. It's fun. A lot of fun.
All right, guys, let's move away from the old Blue Beetle. I'm glad you liked it, Dion. I'm glad we have something to talk about when we hang out next time, beyond catching up or literally anything else we talk about.
Damn right.
Can you believe how little we drank in comparison to other horror hounds? Usually we just chug beer, but this year we just drank higher end booze.
Right. I was very surprised of the amount of beer I had left in my cooler. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah, same here, man. Same here.
Nick, we didn't even drink that full 24 pack.
I know we did. They were rattling in my fucking car on the way back.
Who are we? Did we go soft or are we mature?
No, you were missing your cleanup hitter.
That's true.
He does a lot of cleaning up afterwards. That's for damn sure.
That's true.
Oh.
That's true. Well, that we were doing the
How much
interviews.
does the average jizz mopper make? Anyway, what were you saying, Nick? About
You don't wipe it correctly.
Oh God. No, I mean we're doing interviews and trying to get people, and people are all constantly coming to the table. Either people who knew us or new people. We were trying to, sling books and things like that, and try to sell comic books and things, and give them information about the podcast. So, yeah, a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff.
We met this one guy. I don't remember his name, but he was cool. I believe he was with his family, and he came to the table, and we took a picture with him and stuff. If you're listening, dude, shout out to you, man. You were awesome. Everybody that came and hung out with us this weekend was awesome. I can't wait till the next show. I already emailed the guy about the Cincinnati one, so don't worry. I'm already ahead of the curve.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Hopefully,
That one again.
yeah, hopefully, that actually happens and we don't get I don't know.
The thing is, they just have to be better prepared. That's all that happened last time.
And it's, I hate to shit on them, but they've been doing it for over 10 years and they haven't been prepared at all. It's It's
What they should do is they should hire us to help prepare it, and we'll have access. Here's the thing: we'll get better celebrities. We'll get bigger everything.
I know there's a what is it? I know there's a press thing on the website you can go to and get that going too.
All right, we'll do that. I want to see. Dion, you got to get a reporter hat since you turned into a sports reporter when you're a man on the street. We got to get you one of those old school like.
Dude,
Clark
as soon
Kent
as I yelled action, it was like watching ESPN. I swear to God.
Easy. You're giving my ego a little bit too much fuel here, boys.
Because I swear to God, I give you the mic, turn the camera up, turn the thing, and yell action. And, like you just went into it. I was like, Jesus.
Well, Dion was ready to
I'm
go.
world class, goddammit.
Yeah, no, it was extremely impressive, and I was just like, dude, these videos are gonna be wonderful.
I can't wait. I mean, I was there for him, but I can't wait to watch him again. Dr. Coffinails, it was a pleasure to hang out with you folks. Like I said, it's not just a con. We all went out to dinner. We got dressed up for Suit Saturday. Come be a part of the WCBS crew. We're one of the few YouTube channels where you can actually come hang out with us, and you get exactly what you get online in person. We don't pull. Look, we made world-class bullshit. We don't bullshit who we are. So join us for our next show in March. Now, guys, let's see what else we got on tonight's lineup. Dion, did you watch Ahsoka?
I did not. Fucking, I had to get on these damn kids, but that's my goal, to have at least be caught up by the next show.
Cool. I want to hear what you think. This chick got stabbed through with a lightsaber and was fine by the next episode.
Of course. Not surprised.
Well, we've learned that you can get the power of Jedi mind healing. And so, you just got to hold your hand over the lightsaber wound and it makes everything better. We learned that. It's canon. Fodder.
I thought you were going to say it was Canon Pictures. I wish it was that. I could go for a schlocky Menachem Golem picture tonight.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
No, but instead we'll continue this show. No, but Dion, honestly, you're not missing out. There's no Ahsoka segment tonight, folks. If you want to hear us do a live review, we already did here on the channel on Tuesday night for the High Council. But don't worry, the regular show's coming back Tuesday. It's just been a light week in terms of stuff to talk about. But behind the scenes, I'm taking care of business. We're creating some new series and new shows, so it doesn't matter what else is out there. We're going to make you guys realize that you don't need Hollywood in the mainstream. You got WCBS to keep you entertained. One last thing I'll say about HorrorHound, guys, is I may or may not have gone back to one or two Wokebusters pages and then continued forward. I made our suits at the bank, all of our suits from Suit Saturday. So Dion's got the fucking... Nick's got the three-piece, Dion's got the checkered shirt, and I got a blue suit on now, so...
Nice.
I love
Very
it.
nice.
I love it.
I do too. Folks, Wokebusters will be done by the end of the year. I have the first act completely drawn, inked. It's going to be colored because I'm waiting for one more page. And then, we keep on rolling. I'm excited. The response we got at the show was amazing, dude. How many people kept coming up to us and taking pictures with the banner, asking questions about the logo? Like, that is a conversation starter.
Dude, I remember,
Really awesome.
I remember that little kid. I was like, why would you have the poop emoji on a bed? And Tia turned into dad. He's like, get the hell out of here, kid. Go find your mom.
That kid was so fucking angry. It was weird how angry he was.
Well, he was like 4.
I
think he was like 6. I don't know. Dion, how old was he? You're a dad.
That kid was like 7, 8. He definitely wasn't older than 9, but he was like 7, 8.
Wait, he was 7'8" tall? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a big ass kid.
He was so angry because we had the poop emoji. It's the Wokebusters logo on there. He didn't get it. He's like, Wokebusters. I was like, kid, just go find your mom.
Yeah. He's like, what's Wakebuster?
Yeah.
Well,
it's about surfers.
First he was like, why would you do the poop emoji for Ghostbusters? And I was like, that's the joke, man. Like, when you're a little bit older, you'll get it. And then he goes, oh, I get it. And Jeff goes, I guess he got a little bit older. That's when I was like, go find your mom. That fucking kid was just like, he wanted to go. I'm like, bro, I almost gave him the dad. I was like, wait a minute. this little chocolate little baby ain't mine. So I ain't gonna fuss at him yet. I'm gonna give him about 3 more sentences before I give him the dad voice. Hey, get your little ass out of here. All right.
I was waiting for that. I was like, how long is it going to take for Dion to do the dad voice?
I thought about it, man. I was like, man, where's your mother at? I'm going to go talk to her ass, too.
She might end up trying to take you home. She'd be like, you need some more kids? You'd be like, hell no.
You damn right.
Yeah. I mean, you're loaded.
Baby. That's right.
So, guys, we pretty much hit everything we wanted to hit, so we're not going to go for a 7-hour show tonight. Sorry, folks. But now comes my favorite part. We can hang out with the audience. I feel like we should just create a show where it's just us hanging out with the audience, you know, as one of our multiple shows for the channel.
They would dig it.
Yeah. Well, we got the best audience here on the internet, so, folks, let's check in with you guys. Let's do what we used to do, though. I'm going to press a button to transition us. Nick, since you were the surprise entry tonight, pick a number between 1 and 69, please.
73.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
I fucking love that movie so much.
I did too. The fucking 90s were amazing.
I think they just did a Blu-ray transfer, or there's a Blu-ray copy that you can get of Ace Ventura.
I kind of want it. I just hope they never try to like make the movie culturally sensitive by removing the Einhorn Finkel scene, because that's the best part of that movie.
Yeah, I remember hearing something that like I think the Blu-ray is like edited or something, and they have to get the DVD in order for it to be not edited. It's a whole weird thing.
I'm just not gonna. Here's how I treat this. Once I find out a movie's been edited for modern sensibilities, that movie's pretty much dead to me in terms of buying it on home video. I'm just not gonna take that gamble. They don't get my money. That's not what I signed up for. That's not the movie I fell in love with. It's the bullshit version.
Yeah, no, this is why physical media is very important, man.
Yeah, man, physical media for the win. We should, I'd like us to make a video where we just talk about our favorite physical releases of the year, Nick. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely. We can totally do that.
All right, guys, first up is from Deadeye. Fuck, Marry, Kill. 007 Indiana Jones Back to the Future. You really like to make me uncomfortable on the show.
All right, so follow the logic here. Going to marry Back to the Future, or no, fuck Back to the Future, because those are 3 good movies that you have all right there. I'm going to marry 007 because there's a lot of really great movies there, even though there's a couple of 2-finger stinkers. And I'm going to kill Indiana Jones because while the first 3 movies are incredible in every way, there's always those other 2, so you would have to have those around with you.
Well said.
Hard decision, but that's my logic.
Nick?
That is. I'm just gonna go with you. I can't do this. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I can't.
I am going to marry Indiana Jones because, listen, you know, she might be a crazy bitch, but those first 3 ones, phenomenal, top to bottom, pound for pound, number 1. Obviously, fuck 4. And I didn't dislike Dial Destiny all that much. That being said, I'm gonna marry that. I am going to marrying Indiana Jones.
So did she.
Yeah. And only because of process of elimination, I'm going to, obviously because it's 007, you know, there's just so many fuckables in there, even the bad ones. Plus it's a dude drinking, shooting, killing, and thinking. I just love James Bond so much. and I sadly, and I'm never gonna get over this loss of the one that got away. I gotta kill Back to the Future.
Oh, Dion, you're dead to me. No, not really.
Sorry.
Look, I am going the kendo route in terms of indie because you got to accept them all, and I hate the fourth one with a passion. So, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I hate more than every bad James Bond movie. So, Indiana Jones is getting the axe. I'll fuck Back to the Future, and I'll marry 007 because there's so many Bond movies. And GoldenEye, and Goldfinger, not the man with the golden gun, but there are so many great James Bond movies. So, thank you, Deadeye. That is our answer. Johnny B. Good says R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. Yeah, Johnny, we all feel the same way about the passing of Bray Wyatt. Shock, sadness. He was a legend in the making. Put it like that. If the WWE could have righted their course, Bray Wyatt had a lot of career left in him. People loved that dude. Here's a fun one from Xavier to God. Which female wrestlers would you take a stink face from, past or present? Also, what's your guys' ideal 5 versus 5 WWF versus WCW match, and what wrestlers would be in it? Now, Xavier to God asked me this question on the show the other day, guys, the High Council, and Nikita Lyons is my first answer.
Always.
Who else wants to? What female wrestlers are you guys taking a stink face from?
She may not be my starter. She may not be my franchise QB, but Melina. She looked like this very persuasive young lady, and I think that's my go-to for this particular situation. Melina all day. Plus, hey, she even had Big Dave. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she got to have something.
That's true. John Morrison passed her over to him. That's why Vince McMahon hated him.
Well, that and he was like, man, fuck Snooki.
There's Nikita Lyons giving someone a stink face, kind of. You could throw Gigi Dolan on that list for me too, because that thing is just amazing. Sorry, I don't mean to monopolize the show. Kendo, who are you taking a stink face from?
Jamie Hayter.
Oh God, what a great choice.
Good one.
Nick?
Was it Sable?
Sure, go for Sable, man.
Ooh, classic, sir.
Have fun.
All right, now here's
Then
a
Brock
hard.
beats the shit out of him.
I feel like Nick could handle Brock Lesnar. All right.
Yeah, okay. I love me some
Sure.
Nick, but
Oh, I was gonna say Nick's just gonna pull out a gun and shoot him.
well, there you
Not
go.
invincible.
No. Well, Brock worked himself into a real shoot.
Not bad for a country boy.
I mean, I was born in Tennessee, but yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I think he was talking about Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm saying I believe in you, Nick. No, Sable's a good choice. Now I'm gonna ask you one. I don't know how to tie this together, but modern day Sunny, she looks like absolute shit.
She's going to jail as
Yeah,
well.
Ricky will do that too.
Yeah, she's also going to jail.
Yeah, she killed a guy allegedly.
Yep.
No, they've proven that, I think.
Oh, I thought she was going to trial. Oh wait, tomorrow's the 25th.
She's on trial, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
she was arrested. I mean, it's we ain't talking about hey, this dude got hit by a car and Sunny just happened to be walking down the street. Like it was the car she was driving, and she was drunk.
Yep.
Per the usual.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I have a question for you though. Just hear me out before you guys answer. If the universe has any kind of controlling power, do you think this could be its twisted way to get her back for all the shit she did to Chris Candido?
I mean, I don't deal in all that. I will say that she was consistently not a very good person. Chris Candido was a part of that. And if the remainder of the stories from the road are to be true, she had a reputation, and a lot of that reputation did not involve the guy that she was supposedly with, who she did not treat very well. So I'm not necessarily one who believes in it, but after a while, you put a lot of bad shit out there, it's gonna catch up, and sadly, it came at the expense of another person's life.
Yeah. All right, Xavier to God, you're 5 versus 5. I'm gonna give you Rock, Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, and he came out of retirement for one more match. No, sorry, not Mick. We'll put Kurt Angle in the match. That's my 5 WWF guys. And my 5 WCW guys are Goldberg, DDP, Booker T, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and God, who's the WCW guy? Did I say Goldberg already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Swerve, Chris Canyon.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Easy, bro.
I'll start with the WCW ones, and I'll tell you where Jeff fucked up. So Ric Flair, Sting, DDP, Goldberg, and Sting, DDP, Goldberg,
Sting.
Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson. And then for the WWF, Hulk Hogan, because he was the face of the company for so fucking long.
Oh, god damn it. I fucked up and took it as I had to rebook the fucking Invasion, so I only picked the guys from that era. Damn it.
I know, reading's hard. So Hogan, Undertaker, Rock, Stone Cold, and Juan Cena.
But he's invisible. No one's going to be able to see that.
I know, and I don't like Juan Cena, the wrestler, at all, but if we're going to try to pick like the 5 biggest names for each of those organizations, then you got to put Juan Cena in the WWE.
Fair enough. Dion?
If I'm doing ideal 5x5, 5v5, give me Austin, Rock, Angle, Jericho, and my motherfucking boy Eddie Guerrero. And give me WCW, give me Hall, Nash, Flair, Sting, and Goldberg.
Nice. So Xavier to God, thank you for your wonderful question. That was a lot of fun, especially the Sting face part. Shrubbles08 says, I'll take a John Cena sucks and a Ludicrous Speed, please. Also, Buffalo Jeff, say hi to Dion. Looking forward to Halloween. Well, Dion, Buffalo Jeff might come out to play a little later. Let's press some buttons. How's that sound?
You know what? I got some weather stuff I got to go deal with.
Good luck out there, Dion.
No.
It's almost
No.
Halloween.
Negative. No.
All right, he gone. Here's your request, Shrubbles08.
Ludicrous Speed! Go! What have I done? My brains are going into my feet. What the hell was that? Spaceball 1. They've gone to plaid.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, I mean, it's look right now.
Was that just me that he cut out for?
No, I think it's getting a phone call or something. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the weather's serious over there. So Dion had to take care of that. While Dion's taking care of that, Shrubbles08, let's continue to give you your super chat buttons. Folks, if you have headphones in, be prepared. This one's a little loud.
Who's that Pokemon?
John Cena!
He does. All right, so up next we had one from Shrubbles08 that says, you might want to hit up the Portland Retro Gaming Expo this year. They just announced Lloyd Kaufman and the Angry Video Game Nerd will be there too. I do love me some nerd. We saw Lloyd Kaufman this weekend.
Yeah, he was wearing his Tupac hoodie.
I'm gonna take care of that email, Nick, since I took care of the other one already.
Yeah. No, I wanted, because I asked the lady there. She was extremely nice because it was just kind of like, can I get an interview with them and everything? And she's like, maybe later or whatever. And I was like, yeah, if we can do it later, that'd be great. So she was very, very helpful. Gave you the information, very nice. So yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I love Lloyd Kaufman, love the Man in Death. His line was bigger than Tom Holland's, which kind of made me a little bit, disappointed.
Yeah, I felt like people should be loving the Fright Night and Child's Play stuff a lot more, and give some love to Tom Holland.
Yeah, but they don't know any better, so I guess that's what it is.
I wish that Tom Atkins would star in a Tom Holland film.
Alongside Tommy Davidson.
And Tommy Lee Jones.
There you go.
And the theme song should be sung by Tom Jones.
That would work.
Aren't you surprised we left Tom Cruise out of us?
He's
Not really.
he's
His ass is crazy.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to Mission Impossible? That movie just like fell off and nobody.
It was surprising to know that it apparently didn't do too good at the box office because I liked it a lot, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well done. I thought people were going to go watch it. Apparently not.
It was one of my favorite movies of the summer, but
yeah, it was really good, man. So apparently part 2's in jeopardy, but I think they're still going to go through with it.
they have to. Kendo, by the way, since the nerd was brought up in our last super chat, have you been watching him still? I need to get caught up. Okay.
It's not.
Thank you, Silent Bob 78. Adam Wofford says, it feels like there's too much going on. There should be less focus on one or two things and storylines. Zack needs someone to hold him back. Dion will hold him back.
Dion will hold him underwater until there's the one last bubble goes bloop.
Listen,
There won't be any coming back.
that dude needs to sit back down with some terse motherfuckers, with some beers, a few joints, and some ladies with daddy issues to get back to what movies he needs to make, because that dude he just and like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna wait till it comes out, but he ain't got it anymore. He ain't got it.
Did he really ever have it though? Because he was just copying stuff. It was just adapting things.
He had something. Watchmen is a great movie. I really do love Watchmen. I do, but I don't. Hubris mixed with a lack of self-awareness, and that dude just goes off the fucking rails. And especially now, right? Because Twitter loves him, and release the Snyder cut. People forget. Oh, a lot of his shit doesn't make any sense. Surprise, surprise.
Thank you, Adam Wofford. Jack White says, Jeff, I just sent you an email with a link to a trailer for an upcoming anime, The Kingdom of Ruin. I do like that name. I will log into mail.com, thebestmail.com, to make sure I don't miss that email, Jack. Thank you for all your support each and every week. And let's see, log in. So, while I'm checking that out, guys, Breadman Productions said he was listening to some old WCBS episodes, and Dion talked about the Batman Who Laughs in one episode, and it intrigued me. Is it one graphic novel or multiples?
So the Batman Who Laughs came out of Dark Knight's Metal. So it's a complete storyline, and then obviously once that storyline concluded, he was kept around. There's not a bunch, but there's several background issues on not just the Batman Who Laughs, but it was the remainder of the Dark Knights from the Dark Universe, and then obviously he did eventually make his way to DC proper, and he has a bunch of other stuff going on now. So it's multiple issues, but if you are interested in do want to dive into that, start with Dark Knight's Metal. I enjoy the story. It gets kind of fantastical and all that stuff. They bring in the Source Wall and all this shit, but it's really, really good. And the Batman Who Laughs, outside of the remainder of the Dark Knights from the Dark Universe, he is the best part. So start with Dark Knight's Metal, report back. I want to hear what you think.
I think I want to read that since I'm through my Spider-Man run.
I got a physical copy here on the home front, man. So I do think that you would enjoy it. I honestly do. You know, someone with a very specific artistic eye. I mean, visually, it's not something crazy, but you know, the storyline behind it. They do a great job of bringing the other remainder of the Justice League into it, and obviously the background for every. I mean, I will say, the Batman Who Laughs is probably my favorite thing DC has done in the last 15 years.
Well, damn. I'm writing it down right now. Sorry. Next message comes from our pal Enrique Vasquez. It says, Dion liked the trailer. First Sister Pants, then Indy 5. Man, Dion, you've been watching too much Dark Fate. Next he'll love Buffalo Jeff and horses.
Nay, Dion.
XC, there you go. I'm so glad that all of our WCBS fandom love me so much. I feel it in my soul, guys.
Well, Dion, just for context, in case you didn't remember, Enrique was at the WrestleMania hangout with us. He came back to the house.
Yep. And that's why this hurts so much.
The ultimate betrayal from a good friend. Like, Enrique, you're my favorite California buddy. That hurts that you're hurting Dion, though. See, Dion?
Damn right.
Still boys.
Now you're hurting us all. You're hurting us all.
God damn it. I can't cry on air. It's like, remember that guy Mundane Matt? Everyone made fun of him for crying when he got his play button. It's like, nobody ever forgot about that.
God, that jackass. Oh,
I
man.
forgot about that shit. Holy shit.
I still remember the reveal when somebody made him go to his like YouTube stuff and
Oh, wait a minute, Matt. No.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, that one was
because it was it was a fucking Keemstar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Of all the people, you get your ass shown out by fucking Keemstar. That's gotta hurt. Damn.
Yeah, he never recovered from that, man.
Nope. Does he even still make videos?
I think so. I don't watch him. It's funny though. People would say like, "Oh, you guys happy about that?" No, I wish him the best. I wish he would, be successful and do what's going to make him happy. I just, I don't hold grudges. We've had him on the show before, right during all that shit. Remember?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
But
Some motherfuckers let stuff go. God damn it. I was kidding, but listen, the Mundane Matt thing is a perfect example of the fucking the internet game is a very unforgiving mistress, and that dude, just when you think you have it figured out, the internet, when you think you have all the answers, the internet changes the fucking questions. And that dude,
nice save.
Thank you, sir. That dude thought he had all the fucking answers, and someone said, "Hold up, there's this other site where we can see how many strikes you give out." And that dude straight up was the problem, and his ass got embarrassed on live stream, and Kendo still laughs about that shit to this day.
True story.
So is that your favorite internet fail? Or like train wreck that you can't look away from? Folks in the chat, tell us yours.
Oh, easily. I mean, at this point, it's shit. That's like, what, 5 years ago at this point?
God, is it
long?
Jesus.
I never talk about it because I don't really want to go on about it, but the morbid curiosity I have towards the Chris Chan thing, like every time that story gets a new chapter added, I have to read it right away because that's just you guys know about Chris Chan, right?
No. Okay. Yeah. All right. I know he exists, but I don't know what he is. And I only know of his existence through that game I like to play called the New Campaign Trail. And one of the presidential elections you can do is the election of 2008. And it's a mod alt history thing. And it's Chris Chan versus Barack Obama.
Chris Chan in a landslide, right?
No, it is nearly impossible. I put it on the easiest setting with Chris Chan to try to win that election, and you still can't.
Oh, good. The game has some logic. No, but what he is he used to post his own fan comics online.
Yep.
It's called Sonichu. and he would post in these message boards, and he would just say and do really weird shit, and like people would just like go and continue to, I don't want to say harass, because I don't think that's necessarily the right thing. The guy played into it a lot, but he just wasn't all there. But like he got arrested at one point for going into a GameStop and freaking out that Sonic the Hedgehog had pale colored arms instead of blue or something. Like he had a pretty bad downfall. And then he decided to become a woman, and I just am like, oh, okay, well, you know, the internet keeps talking about it, and I'm just always, you know, trying to read the whole book. So that's mine.
I'm sure I saw him mentioned on Medicare and just didn't really pay that close attention.
Yeah, I haven't thought about Mr. Medicare in a minute.
Well, he hasn't done anything since New Year's Eve last year. That was kind of his farewell stream, and I don't think he's done anything since then.
Well, I always enjoyed his stuff. Up next, Jack says, Jeff, I just sent an article and an email with a link to an article with stills from the new Miyazaki movie, The Boy and the Heron. Huh. Well, let me open that one up.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, that actually looks really fucking cool. I'll get to the next one in a minute. The Key Alliance is back on screen. So, up next, we have Jack White again, who says, I don't think the people are sick of superhero movies. What I think is they're sick of stories about race and sex issues. I don't disagree with that. I think Blue Beetle would have done better if it would have been the same movie, but they didn't market it on the whole diversity thing and just sold it as a superhero for everybody.
Yeah, if they didn't market it as a Latinx movie, I think it'd be a little bit better.
Because my thing that I always look to is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is consistently the most successful superhero because he appeals to everybody. You can imagine your Spider-Man in the costume. You can, you know, enjoy the relatability of the hero not being a billionaire or a super soldier. He's just a dude that has some augmented powers. Like, there's a lot of different things. But I do think it's that universal appeal that always keeps Spider-Man, you know, at the top of everyone's favorite superhero list. Blue Beetle could have been that and a whole lot more if it just would have marketed itself as, hey, if you like good family stories, you're going to like Blue Beetle. But they didn't. So, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they're still in that whole kick of like diversity and inclusion and that bullshit. And that's the problem. They're like, oh yeah, look at this diverse superhero movie we have. Go watch it. No, sorry.
Well, again, not to sound callous, right? I think it's a medium between those two things. You know, those things are a tool. You know, you can't fucking make the entire movie about it, right? You know, you can flavor it in. It's an enhancement, but if your whole marketing premise is, hey, you know, we love Latino people, like, yeah, we all do, bro. Like, that can't be the whole premise that you're marketing the movie on, because then people just, like you said, they get tired of it. You know, when you bring up certain things and it in context enhances the story, people love that shit. It has to be good, you know. You not to mention the fact that it dates it, right? No one wants to go to a new movie that comes out and it's like, yep, this looks like 2023. It just you know, you can't overdo it. It's like anything else, man. Too much of what you think is a good thing is gonna fucking spoil it, and they just, you know, that's part of the issue with Blue Beetle, with the marketing. But also, hey, you know, it's you can't have a movie that you carbon copied step by step and then cover it in that. You know, the foundation isn't strong, and then you're piling all this heavy shit on top of it. You just can't do that. You just can't do that. So it's definitely a medium in there with that shit. And DC damn sure ain't got it figured out just yet.
Well said. Jack White says, I would argue that a lot of superhero movies and TV series we have been getting are race and sex discrimination stories just wearing superhero skin suits. Well, She-Hulk is. But they're allegory for a lot of things, and I understand the best stories are, and we want that. But it's like every Marvel one has to pick a certain topic. It's like, this one's about immigration. This one's about gender equality. This one's about... It's like, come on. Can it just be about, like, bad, evil versus good? Because we all get behind that. The never-ending struggle. But nope, they pick something else, and you're just like, okay, I guess I'll sit through a story about immigration and, Nick Fury and Secret Invasion type of thing.
Well, not only that, it's just fucking. It's not done. It's not. It's very disingenuous. So even if we lived in a world where everyone wanted that to be the context of the film, you can tell when someone does it to get people to watch. You brought up She-Hulk. She-Hulk's a perfect example. They weren't talking about gender equality from a good faith perspective. They were talking about it from, this is gender equality. A lot of you are women. You should watch it. Here's Cardi B, and they're gonna fucking shake their ass in an episode. And it's Ally McBeal. That was the whole thing, and people pick up on that shit. No matter what the people that want to say, they want to defend Marvel and Lucasfilm to the end of the earth. We can all sit here and agree that the scene in Avengers Endgame, we all know what the one was. It was so fucking awkward. And people pick up on that. It's not someone who's been through it, who's done it. It's an executive in the office who said, Twitter likes this, get that in the movie. And it comes off like that. And motherfucking moviegoers can spot that shit a mile away.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people are hyper aware to it, but we've just been like trained to, see it because of all the shit we've been, through on the channel. I don't need Captain America, not Winter Soldier, I love that movie, Winter Soldier Falcon to be about like what it was about too. That one pissed me off the most. But yeah, Jack, I think there are a lot of political stories wrapped in a superhero skin suit. Jack White also says, as for Guyver, I would recommend the original anime series and that you read the original manga for Guyver. I mean, that's a possibility for that one, because that's a cool one.
I checked it like early, so I never got all the way, but it is violent as a motherfucker. So the very little I went through, it seemed cool as shit, because it is. Whenever we say not meant for kids, got the manga and the anime is very much that. I should say the manga. I never watched the anime, but reading early issues of the manga, holy shit.
Dion, you know what I found out was incredibly violent and was blown away when I realized it? The Mask.
Really?
Yeah, the comic book The Mask is fucking insane.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I've never read it, but I heard that it is kind of balls to the walls.
I highly recommend you check it out because it's, it is the story of Stanley Ipkiss. It's just way fucking darker.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like something modern day Jim Carrey would make.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's interesting. But yes, Jack White, thank you, and we'll check that out. I'll miss Mark Hamill, but I'll live. Adama says, good evening, guys. How are you guys liking the feud between L.A. Knight and The Miz? Also, because neither holds a title, what is the end game? Thank you for this question, Adama. I actually like this quite a bit, and I'm excited to answer this specifically. I am liking the LA Knight feud with The Miz because I like it so much. I'm watching Raw and SmackDown on Hulu the day after just to keep up with the feud. So I do give a shit. For the first time in many years, I'm going across, watching wrestling on TV. I'm watching it on YouTube for the in-between promos, everything. I'm on the LA Knight train. When the video, or he's already in the game. I play as him. But like when the fucking action figure comes out, I'll pick one up. I'll get the t-shirt. It's the first wrestler in at least 15 years that I've been this excited for. Because I love the whole Daniel Bryan yes story. But I didn't buy any of the merchandise to go with it. Dion, how are you liking this feud so far?
I am enjoying it. I think The Miz is the perfect dude. I'm not a big fan of how many matches The Miz is losing this year, obviously, but he's the perfect dude to help. I will say that endgame wise, my heart is saying The Miz is to help him either win a Survivor Series match or, dare I say, do something in the Rumble. I won't say win it, but do something big in the Rumble. And yeah, I'm a big fan of The Miz. Jeff and I have been fans of The Miz for fucking years.
Yep.
And obviously as old as LA Knight is, not to mention I just watched the video where LA Knight is in everything, which is fucking hilarious because it's true. But yeah, I think this is a great matchup, and hopefully, we see this again on some big ass pay-per-view cards. I think hopefully they end it soon, and then we see this again sometime in the spring, Daddy.
Yeah.
My guess for the Endgame storyline is this is for The Miz to put over LA Knight to give him a nice bump for the rest of the year, because he's not going to win anything until like maybe Survivor. I don't even think he's going to win the title at Survivor Series, but he's definitely not going for a world title right away, because once he does, that kills the momentum. They're going to build this dude like an Attitude Era guy. Maybe within 2 years he'll be the world champion, and everyone will be pumped still.
If they are smart. If they are smart, here's what they do. They send LA Knight up against Gunther and have him take the Intercontinental title off of him.
Listen, that's doable.
I'd like
and
that.
The Intercontinental belt, I mean, if you want to keep that thing going, you want to keep that important, and you want to give him some shine, but not exactly give him a world title, I think that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, because Walter is carrying that belt until he breaks the record of the Cracker Tonk Man. And then once that happens, it's fair game. That should happen sometime next month. And then you can have him win it at, one of the pay-per-view in either September, or depending on what time of the month it happens, or October. Just as a way to pop that pay-per-view number. You have him come out. He fucking, what do they call themselves? Imperialists or whatever. They come out.
Imperium?
Yeah, whatever. You say Imperium, I say fascism. So the not Yahtzees come out. They start doing their thing. LA Knight interrupts him. Says he wants to talk to him. Fucking throws down the gauntlet. Says, you've got something that I want. I want that Intercontinental title. They have the match. He takes it off of him. Then you free up Walter to go on and do whatever the fuck they're calling him these days. The crowd.
Gunther?
Yeah, the big one. They send him off to do other things like get involved in the title picture to make you think the will they won't they with Cody. And then you can have LA Knight run around with the Intercontinental title for a while until you decide what you're going to do with the regular world title after WrestleMania. And then you can maybe elevate him to that part of the card too if you want to. But I think the best thing to do for him right now would be to give him some wins, build him up, and then put him in a program with the crowd.
I like that idea.
If they're smart, they'll do that. If they're smart.
Again, yes. And we all know which, 1910s, moving picture villain is involved in this, tying women to the railroad tracks. And that's why this probably won't happen.
Yep.
Thank you, Adama. Up next, we have Xavier de God, who says, what's a bigger missed dream match? Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bill Goldberg, The Rock versus DDP, or The Undertaker versus Sting?
Undertaker versus Sting across the board and down.
Agreed. The fact that didn't happen is a fucking travesty.
Yeah,
it is. What we got was Triple H versus Sting, and that was a bullshit match.
Yeah. Now, if you want to talk about what of these 6 individuals would give you the best match you could watch, Stone Cold and Diamond Dallas Page.
Ooh.
It was The Rock and DDP, and Stone Cold.
Yeah, I know, but I'm breaking it up though. I gave you the answer. The Undertaker Sting is the biggest missed dream match that we could have got. But if you take all 6 of these and put their names in a pot, the best match you could get with any of the 2 combinations would be DDP and Stone Cold.
That'd have been a bitchin' match.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Xavier de God. Darian217 says, where are the horse girls for where are the horse girls for the new people in the chat? Oh, okay. I guess
Inobi, Darkness Raven Way, is that you?
Yeah. No, it's right here.
Who are you? What are you doing here, and where are my horses?
That's where it is. Thank you, Darian217. Enrique Vasquez says, "All right, Dion is the best Terminegro ever. He will robot kick Snyder's ass into oblivion. Dion's skills are on par with Kratos. Excellent button, please." Of course. Dion, how does it make you feel to be on the same level as Kratos?
All I can say is, boy.
Excellent!
You went Phantasm? Really?
I thought he was going to say that he looks mighty cute in them jeans.
Man, boy. Wait, that was Mr. T, as played by Eddie Murphy. Who should play Kratos in the movie? It should have been Triple H years ago, but
yes.
I don't think he could do that anymore.
I don't know. They want it. They keep wanting to get The Rock for it. I keep hearing that. I'm just like, don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, I would watch The Rock as Kratos.
I would too, but how many movies? He's like Idris Elba. Everybody wants him to be in everything. The only difference is The Rock is actually in everything. So, do you want Rock to Dwayne Johnson as Kratos, or do you want somebody else? I would say
somebody else.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of who.
If I'm picking and it's not The Rock, give me Jason Momoa 100%.
I would say the guy who does his voice, Chris Judge, have him be Kratos.
I'd rather go with Mike Judge. I think he should do it.
I just want to watch that movie.
Yep.
Our friend Jack White is up next, and he says, "I'm at the recent superhero shows and movies. They aren't superhero stories. They're basically left-wing propaganda." Captain America had a lot of bullshit.
You're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong. They're definitely slanted for sure, man. The only thing is, you gotta think outside that box. Plus, you gotta remember, baby, the rich people winning ain't exactly left-wing, daddy-o.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I think we're gonna call it a night. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we put this baby to bed?
Free Yayo. Fuck Zack Snyder. The rest of the world might be fucking confused, motherfucker. I am not.
Yeah.
Well,
guns up, hose down, West Side.
Oh my god.
Nick, can you top any of that?
No, I really can't.
Hey, at least you're honest. I will say this, folks. Go over to stealingsolo.com, get yourself a copy of the book. We had another super chat just roll in. 2 more, actually. I will finish that after the super chats. Xavier to God says, name wrestlers you can never turn face/heel.
Piper.
Oh, God, yeah. A face Roddy Piper would have been horrible.
Yeah. They tried to turn Bret Hart heel, but it didn't work. Like, when he came out and because the Hart Foundation back in the 80s were technically heels, but nobody really booed them. And then when he was the face, he ran the place. And then when he turned heel, he was a heel in the United States, but he was a face in Canada and Europe and everywhere else because his entire gimmick was "fuck you, USA," and that was in a time when most of the world kind of felt the same way. So that didn't really work. Stone Cold was a heel, but everybody liked him. As a face, everybody liked him. Then they turned him heel, and it didn't work. So you could definitely throw that in there because the whole Stone Cold fighting the boss, being the everyman, Joe Sixpack, and then suddenly instead of fucking his boss over, he's now friends with the boss. That was terrible. But that would be on there.
Well, part of why that failed was because he tried to fuck the boss over again, but it was so out of place by that time.
Yeah. Sting, I would say, is one that could never really turn heel because there was never a heel Sting. Sting was always a face. And
wait, you don't count Wolfpack Sting as a heel, buddy?
No, because he only went Wolfpack to join with the lesser of two evils to fight against the NWO Hollywood.
What about when Sting was in was not Aces and Eights? What was the Millionaires Club or whatever?
Oh,
was
Main Event Mafia.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the Manhunt Mafia.
Are you acting like TNA actually exists?
Hey,
I mean, it counts.
I'm asking for a friend.
Oh my god.
Okay, so he was heel then, but was he really a heel?
That's a good point.
Scott Steiner
it ended where he was like, "I can't do this," and he did turn face pretty shortly after that.
Yeah.
So you're not wrong.
Okay, well there you go. That's a good one. Scott Steiner does not work as a face.
Yes,
at
100%.
all. His gimmick, like when he was when the Steiner brothers were a thing, and it was him and Rick wrestling around as baby faces, they were fairly plain, boring baby faces, and you cheered for them because it was like, oh, they're all American, they're nice guys, and they wear really colorful singlets. But then, Big Papa Pump came out, and it's like, this guy should never have been a baby face. This guy's entire shtick is the fact that he's doing all these fucking dastardly things and bragging about himself. There's no way he should be anything other than a heel.
Agreed.
Yeah. Because they say that all men are created equal.
Yeah. All face and heel turns are created equal, except there's the Big Show, and he turns face and heel every week.
Well,
I know this is going to be a weird one. Well, no, you could do it in a different promotion, but WWE or RVD just didn't really work as anything but like an in-between stoned character. Like, he couldn't be a super heel, but he could be a super face.
Yeah.
Even during Invasion, he was getting cheers and blowing the roof off. So,
that's when he was at, maybe not his best, but he was fucking awesome in the Invasion.
Heel Ultimate Warrior wouldn't work either.
No.
What do you mean? He was a heel in real life.
Okay, so as the real person, Jim Hellwig / Jim Warrior or whatever the fuck his name was.
It was just Warrior at the end.
Yeah, in real life he was a total heel, but the character, the gimmick that he portrayed on the television screen as the Ultimate Warrior, there's no way he would come out to be a heel because number one, he couldn't fucking cut a promo, and number two, like he was blown up by the time he ran to the ring, so he always had to have those short ass squash matches. So he wouldn't be able to command a match and work as a heel and do the heel things that would have to happen because the match he couldn't last long enough in a match for it to happen.
True.
Yeah.
Like Jake Roberts, face Jake the Snake Roberts, terrible. Heel Jake Roberts is incredible. So that's one that, they should never have turned anything other than heel.
I'm trying to think of it. I mean, I'm sure there's tons of them. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
I mean, wasn't Jake a face when he lost in the King of the Ring to Stone Cold?
Yeah, when he came back as the, thumping his little Bible, reading about his John 3:16. Yes, that was babyface Jake the Snake Roberts, and it just did not work. A guy coming out to that song carrying a fucking boa constrictor in his bag, and that doesn't work for a babyface gimmick. It's like his entire thing is, I'm a snake and you can't trust me. Oh, so you're a good guy then? No, it doesn't work that way.
True.
No.
True, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Let's see. Adamo with a very generous super chat. Thank you, Adamo. He said, I honestly thought that LA was going to take the United States title from Austin Theory until The Miz interfered. LA Knight's playback, it was great though. It's me, Austin. I'll pressure that button, no problem. Dude, LA Knight, I did not think he was winning that belt as soon as The Miz was involved in the picture. I was like, oh, that's how they're going to continue this feud because that is the reward to LA Knight right now, is to get a big win over The Miz. Because, I mean, The Miz is building himself up on the mic. He is a multiple-time world champion. He did main event WrestleMania. He did all these things that he said, and he's got the hottest wife in the Fed. So he's got a lot going for him. So that's kind of what he does now. That's how he exists. He can't be world champion again. He's not going to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. But he can put a guy over like LA Knight and really help his career get a quick jump start. So that's what I think it is.
Yep. He is the transitional champion now, which 100%. I have zero problem with.
Yeah, 100%.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
What a failed payoff.
Laugh about that every time. God damn it.
TLJ Screwjob says not a double stink face from Sable and Tori.
Well, Sable would botch it, so there's a chance that you would either come away with a broken nose, a dislocated jaw, or a busted freaking neck.
Jeez.
If I could take a double stink face from any of these women in the WWE, I mean in TN or AEW would be different. It would be Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. And if it was WWE, it would be Nikita Lyons and maybe Bailey. And then I don't know any Japanese wrestlers. Maybe it wasn't Io Shirai. She's kind of hot, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I gave my whole. I ran the whole gamut for the.
You just gotta be careful. Like if you're gonna get a stink face from the Japanese wrestler, it'll happen, but you won't see it coming. It'll be a sneak attack.
Damn. You could say they would even sacrifice themselves to make it happen.
Yeah.
I like what you did there, Dion.
Oh, God.
Could let him go on that one alone.
TLJ Screwjob also says, have you guys seen Stevie Richards' Wrestling Analysis YouTube channel? A few days ago, he did a video about how well Bret Hart did suplex. I know a new channel I'm going to start watching.
It's good. He did one on what's it like to take thumbtacks on the back and shit. His new channel's all breaking down moves. It is actually really cool. Especially, I'm just glad that motherfucker's still alive.
Taking thumbtacks to the back. I know what that's like. Stupid. That's what it is. It's fucking stupid.
All right. I have now subscribed to Stevie Richards' Wrestling Analysis. Cool. Maybe we should see if he wants to do a crossover. We have, a big audience, and he's Stevie Richards, and we love wrestling, so let's try it.
Yeah, why not, man? Why not?
Just remind me to do that. Let me write that down. But thank you, TLJ Screwjob. I want to check.
Yeah, don't forget to get to connect with that guy on YouTube so we can do a crossover.
All right, Stevie Richards, call him. Like I have his, like I'm fucking, like he's Batman. Let me just light up the signal.
Here comes Stevie Richards.
Hey, he's gonna be main eventing WrestleMania if this was No Mercy. What a terrible alternative. Like, they didn't have the Big Show in the game. Nick, I don't know if you've ever heard this story, but the wrestler of the Big Show is taken out of WWF No Mercy, that year's biggest wrestling game, because he got too fat and was sent to developmental to train. So they took him out of the video game as punishment.
That's... God. That sounds like some shit Vince would do. God damn it.
Would you like to know a caveat to that story as well? When he got sent out to developmental, he turned heel and face 6 times in the car ride down.
Oh, man.
Oh. Xavier to God says, Jeff Hardy and Rey Mysterio can't go heel.
I mean, I'll give you Ray, but
if Jeff could be sober during it, it'd be great.
Yeah, I was gonna say he turns heel on DWI laws on a fairly regular basis.
Oh. Yeah, I'm with you on the Rey Mysterio. It just seems so weird when he tries to act tough.
It's hard to do when you're 5'2".
Yeah. Oh, pfft. Fuck, marry, kill. Xavier to God says, fuck, marry, kill. Tony Khan, Vince Russo, Dixie Carter booking.
They're all terrible.
I know, right? So kill them all.
Yeah, there's
firing squad.
No winning situation.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Kobayashi Maru up in here.
Kobayashi Maru.
I mean, was Dixie even doing the booking?
It was Vince and fucking Bischoff and Hogan.
Yeah, because they had various bookers that they, put on one of those fucking revolving doors in and out of the headquarters there. Like,
and before that, it was fucking Jeff Jarrett put his fucking self over.
Which, by the way, if we put Jeff Jarrett on here, his booking is probably the best of the bunch because at least he understands what the hell he's doing, even if he's just putting himself over the whole time.
Does he?
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett couldn't kick our ass 15 years ago, but he was somehow a fucking NWA champion for like a year. Get the fuck out of here,
dude. If you want to get down to brass tacks, Jeff Jarrett's actually a very good wrestler. He just has had this career that happened to have him be kind of star-crossed with Vince Russo and be the shining star of WCW, and it's Death Throes, which, you know, left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Then he went and formed TNA Wrestling, and once again hooked up with Vince Russo, where he was booked to the moon.
You are far too kind, because Jeff Jarrett is a great wrestler, but that dude, again, his ambition was always bigger than his worth. And
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in terms of actual wrestling,
that motherfucker
Jeff Jarrett
should have never been world heavyweight champion. That's
agreed. 100% agreed.
There's no universe where, listen, and I know that, you know, WWE had to kind of make good with the WCW crowd, but that original Rise and Fall WCW, where what's his name is like in his little Tennessee brain, he thinks he's just as big a draw as Hulk Hogan, and nothing ever has been truer said in fucking wrestling, and I will never not laugh at that.
I'm 100%. I'm not saying that Jeff Jarrett is like this great star that should be carrying the belt and, you know, flagshipping any company. I'm just, in terms of actually wrestling knowledge and how shit's supposed to work, he would be the best qualified of the bunch that we have in front of us at this time. But
true.
Dixie, I don't think.
And
Dixie
I am enjoying Jeff Jarrett now. I am enjoying him now. I'll say that.
Yeah, except for that chainsaw match. That was fucking retarded.
She was.
But yeah, Dixie didn't book. She had Jarrett booking. She had Vince booking, Bischoff booking, Cornette booking. She had other bookers. So you know what? That solves it right there. I'll marry Dixie Carter booking because her booking was done by other people, and half the time it was good. I will fuck Vince Russo booking because for every 1,000 ideas he has, at least one or two of them has actually a decent idea when he had somebody putting him in check, when Vince, you know, before he lost his fucking mind. And I'll fire Tony Khan booking because Tony Khan booking is all over the fucking place, and half the time he lets Kenny and the Bucks tell him what's going on. So, and their booking is terrible.
Well, I agree with that. What do you think is going to happen this Sunday at the pay-per-view?
I'm not going to watch it. That's what's going to happen.
I like it.
I'm not giving him $50.
I'm going to
God damn, dude.
Stream it.
I mean, if it was like the four of us were sitting around, it's like, yeah, you know, let's all kick in like, you know, $15 and get the pay-per-view. That's a different story. I'll probably do it because at least we'll be able to have a laugh.
Oh,
of
course.
The idea of spending Saturday, or is it Saturday or Sunday? Doesn't fucking
Sunday.
matter. The idea of sitting down on the weekend at like 1:00 in the afternoon to watch a pay-per-view to see, you know, the elites self-fillet themselves all over the place, and Tony Khan come out and give his weird, awkward, fucking celebratory promo he's gonna cut. You know he's gonna fucking cut
That's
one
the
about
highlight of the day, man. Don't shit on it.
I know, but it's so fucking weird. He comes out, he starts screaming into the mic like some kind of spastic kid that's all fucking wound up that everybody came to his 12th birthday party. You know, thanking everybody for coming to the show, and oh my God, we love you, and this is my dream, and I can't believe it, and oh my God, it came in my pants. I don't need to see that from a fucking 42-year-old man. I mean, the dude's like 12 years older than me, and I'm still more mature than he is, and I'm not mature.
Nobody would ever accuse you of being that.
But, like...
Yeah, goddammit, we have standards.
Thank you.
They're low, but we have them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very fair.
All right. So, guys, this was episode 369. We kept it nice and tight tonight. Folks, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next time with more. Yeah. Look, we're getting closer to 200K. When we get there, we're going to have a whole bunch of new stuff added in. But, guys... 200K and episode 400 are coming up real soon, so we have some big stuff to get excited for. Folks, you can help us along the way by spreading the word of WCBS. Picking up a shirt and wearing it in public is cool, but it's even cooler to give a like, to share, let people know about it. So tell everyone you're part of this, get more people in here, let's have a lot of fun with it. 3 and a 69, yes, Chucky, yes.
Dude, I remember the build up to the original episode number 69.
Could you remind me? It's been a long time.
Yeah,
It has been a long time, but you guys are building up to episode 69. That was going to be like a fun episode, and I believe I was the listener of the week that week because I bought like 2 or 3 shirts from you in the previous like week or so because I ended up scoring like listener of the week for getting the first ever like triple crown because I had owned all 3 of the shirts that were available. So there you go, folks. If you want to listen to a fun show before I ever came along, but I was still mentioned, go listen to episode 69.
Oh my god.
God damn. Oh, it's been a lot of fun, and we're not going anywhere just yet. So, folks, from all of us here at WCBS, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.